folks. Goodness, good to see you. It's great to be here with you once more. This is the That's Not Funny Comedy podcast.
Oh, it is.
This is Tyler.
This over here is the fine Jeffrey.
And we're just trying to bring a little bit of our life into your world.
And, a little bit of our juice into your mouth.
I hope you're thirsty, folks. You are, of course, the good folks at home. And while we do this podcast, we're not trying to be funny. Comedy might occur, but that is up to you to decide.
Let's get into it. What wasn't funny for you this week, Jeff?
This week, not funny for me. I watched a movie. I'm kind of getting off on A24 and not getting off on a good way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of
done?
I'm kind of over A24.
Really?
Yeah, they took too many liberties for me. They're like,
which one did you watch?
I watched.
I want to know which one was too much.
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Oh, I loved that one.
Okay, let's get into it.
Well,
then.
have you
let's
watched?
Get into
okay,
it then.
have you?
Let's actually get into it.
Have
then.
you watched Lobster?
No, I'm never gonna watch Yorgo's movie ever again, or whatever the
here's
fuck
the
his
thing.
name
So
is.
who's the main guy that's super famous that's in that? The main guy.
Colin Hanks.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Okay, Colin Farrell. He does these movies
With Yorgo or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he does these movies
the director.
where they literally are just
and that's fine. Don't do them.
like they take
Don't do them.
Okay, you watch The Lobster.
I won't. I won't. Because if you haven't seen Killing of a Sacred Deer, for me, I like to go into movies blind, and I'm actually surprised you've seen this, but I actually you like A24.
I do like A24 quite a bit.
I like to go into movies blind because I don't want to watch a preview. I don't want to.
Holy fuck! Can we just a little bit, just like 2 notches? Thank you so much.
Yeah, the music gets to him, folks.
Jesus Christ!
The music gets. Hey, don't take the Lord's name in vain over smooth jazz. Okay, there's a lot of different things you can be upset about, but not that.
Not smooth jazz.
No, the Killing of a Sacred Deer. I went in blind, and I like to go in blind because I like to understand everything as it's happening. I don't want any context. I don't want to make any assumptions. I like to just.
Me too. When I watch a trailer, I watch like 10 seconds, and I'm either like, "That's a good movie," or "That's a bad movie."
Trailers are they should be criminal.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I would reckon to say that 90% of trailers you could watch and be like, "Okay, that was the movie."
Yeah.
Like I don't understand what I mean, it's just to get asses in seats. I get it. Yeah. Some people will just still do it, but Killing of a Sacred Deer, I just kept wanting to like it. I'm like, okay, we're cooking. Let's go. First of all, it's got this drab, horrific tonality to the dialogue. Everything is just so.
It's so interesting.
It literally
so
seems
different.
like it's one of the first movies made entirely by AI. It's so like.
See, the way I imagined it is like
non-linear. No, it is linear, but it's sensical. It's got this. It's got this vibe where it's like we're supposed to be being deep, but
see, I feel like
they
went to like a doctor, like a career occupational doctor, and they were like, "So how much is a normal amount of lithium to give someone? Like lithium's a mood stabilizer,
Yeah.
How much is a normal amount of lithium to give somebody? How much lithium will kill somebody?" And he's like, well, like 4 to 6 times like that. And they're like, well, how much? Like that takes 10 years to kill him. How long would it take? How much could they take if they only need to live 9 months? Because the movie's going to be 8 months. And then they gave all the actors that much lithium. See, I appreciate that because it's fucking weird. It's new. It's weird.
See, but okay, you and I have always differed on this. I don't like weird for the sake of weird. I don't like open to interpretation. Like, if I'm gonna spend over 2 hours watching your movie, give me a little something. I don't need it in a Dixie cup. I don't need it on a paper plate, but give me something I can chew on and give me something that I can feel like I've eaten. Don't leave me hanging.
I know what it was. There was no football.
Oh my God!
There was no football.
If one of the characters just
Just played a little bit of football.
It just even a ref I could get behind.
Even a ref.
No,
I hear you. Listen, it's
upsetting. It's upsetting.
Weird.
It's
I
upsetting.
really do want you to watch Lobster, though.
I will not.
No,
I will never watch
you really
Yorgo again.
Because here's the thing. No. Here's the thing about Lobster. Lobster is set like outside of the normal society, and so you like.
Supposedly this was too.
I mean, no, it was pretty much in normal society.
Well, not from the YouTube videos I watched after. Here's the thing though, I was chewing on this all night. I mean, I was chewing, but I didn't swallow. You know what I mean? Sure. I was like,
how can I spin this good?
I was like, no, I wasn't even, how can I spin this good? I was like, how can anybody spin this good? Is there something that I'm missing?
I really enjoyed it.
And it's really polarizing. People are like, oh, if you didn't enjoy it, you're just stupid. Sorry, maybe you should watch Roseanne.
So, okay.
And then other people are like, it's too artsy-fartsy. But it's just, you need to have something more than things that are open to interpretation. And I guess the whole thing is based on like a Greek
open to interpretation,
a Greek parable from the Iliad.
It's not just open to interpretation though. Like it is like those people are basically all experiencing like almost no emotion. Like they're living a different life. Like they're it's like
kind of,
it's proposing kind of like an alternative like human. It's almost proposing an alternative human.
Folks, go ahead and watch it. We won't keep going on with the movie you may or may not have seen.
You know what, folks?
It's a
do
bad
yourself
movie.
a favor. Watch Lobster first, and then watch The Killing of a Sacred
Deer. The thing is, though, so if art, like it's like it made me feel like I was getting older when I was watching these YouTube videos breaking it down, because it was a lot of these like really self-indulgent like 23-year-olds being like, this movie is the best movie ever created. And then they start going on all these things about, and this actually represents women's role in the patriarchy. And it just like is starting to like go into all these like waxing poetic on all these different things.
I don't give a shit about all that.
And
fuck all that.
And I'm like, that is such a fucking reach. But I was thinking like, I have spent a lot of time thinking about this, thinking about what it could mean. Like, it is sitting with me, right? There are things that are unresolved. So it's like, it is making something inside of me. Whereas if I just watch a movie where I get a resolution, then I'm kind of like done. It doesn't live within me. So it's like, is that the mark of good art, something that lives within you? I think it should live within you, but it should also give you some sort of resolution that you feel like you took something away, tangible.
See, for me, I don't want, or I don't need or even want that. For me, I don't want or even need that, because like for me, the movie was beautiful. You love to be pretentious. No, I'm not into all that weird bullshit, but I love that they just decided like, we're going to take all the emotion out of everyone in this movie. And that makes for a good 2-hour movie. Nobody having any emotion whatsoever. I think that it's really interesting. And like, have you ever spent like significant amount of time with like an autistic person who like experiences very little?
Fucking now.
I'm a different kind of autistic though, Jay.
No,
I'm a different kind of autistic. No, but like there are people in the world that do experience very, very little emotion. That when I watched that movie, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no.
This is a world full of everybody being autistic.
There's a world full of everyone being autistic. No, I love that they like took one thing and they were like, you know what? Let's make a movie without emotion. I think that is interesting.
I mean,
it might not be your cup of tea, and maybe was it the most watchable thing? Absolutely not. Like, it was not the most watchable thing ever.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit more of a reward, and then when the guy, I'm ruining it, but I'm also not. The kid is supposed to be a god. When I read that, I was like, what the fuck? The kid's a god. I told my lovely girlfriend works, and I said, the kid's supposed to be a fucking god. She's brushing her teeth, and she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, he's supposed to be a fucking god.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I'm in the shower watching like 3 different like explainer videos. I'm just like,
I don't think the explainer videos are where the money on that is at.
There was people making decent points. I'm in the middle, you know. I don't need it to be just like absolute spoon-fed garbage, but I don't want weird for the sake of weird. I don't appreciate that in music. I don't appreciate that in art. Anybody can just like spatter paint on a canvas.
But
Like have some personal.
Here's what you need to realize
have
about
some
that
actual,
though. When you go the extra distance like that, when you get way out of the center, you're getting out of a bunch of Venn diagrams. You're getting out of pop culture. And by merit of doing that, you are going to eliminate a considerable amount of your enjoyable viewer population.
Sure.
Like people aren't going to enjoy it because it's not the thing that is enjoyable for a lot of people.
Right.
And like just because you don't enjoy it doesn't mean that it is a bad thing.
No,
And
I
I'm
get
not
that.
coming down. I'm not
no,
like that's
and
not
I
in a
get
mean
that,
way
but
or
I'm
anything.
just like I don't respect it.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, yeah, make movies for you and like fucking a bunch of people that literally want to smell their own farts. Like, okay, you guys can talk about how deep and bold you are together. And fuck the lobster, or fuck the lighthouse too.
I'll be honest. I didn't like the lighthouse.
Fuck the
very
lighthouse.
much. I didn't like the lighthouse.
All
very
that
much.
shit. Fuck that shit. I'm just.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't want to sound like I can't appreciate a good
Did you
piece
watch
of art.
Vitch? Did you watch Double V Itch?
I didn't know. Maybe I saw bits and pieces of it.
That was a great movie.
I straddle the line. Make something artistically bold, but also create it for, like, that's true art. Like making something that people can have different interpretations, but can also be for everybody.
See, I like kind of disagree.
I mean, not everybody, but when you make it so esoteric and so niched in, it's just kind of.
For me, like art exists like art happens before anyone sees it. That's that's like
Okay,
there's
that
a
sounds
fucking
really
right.
cool, but I don't know what it means.
Well, I'm just saying that like the viewership of art isn't what makes it art. The production of art is what makes it art.
Yeah, but the viewership is the interpretation. You're making it a movie. You're making it a movie to be interpreted. And
Please, yes. Oh, thank God.
we got Mr.
Sorry about
Miyagi
all those
over here.
claps, guys.
What was not funny for you this week, Big Dog?
What was not funny for me this week? Oh boy. I had something really good earlier, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. I killed
a sacred deer.
I killed a sacred deer. What was not funny for me this week? Talking to a dear friend about a movie that I really liked and he didn't. What was not funny for me? Golly gee whiz.
This guy had a hysterical week.
I had it. And I was even going to do a take 5 on it.
Wow.
I got it.
There we go.
Somebody drilled out the fucking lock on my truck.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, your passenger door was open, dome light on. I open your driver's door. I'm like, what's going on? I do dome light on, off. What's going on? I figure out the passenger. I got you. I saved your battery, but I just wanted you to know that I saved it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sometimes you do good things, but then you do it not for the recognition, but you need the recognition.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think we do it for the recognition.
For ourselves, being like, I'm a good person that does.
Yeah.
Good
Even
things.
if you don't get recognition, you recognize.
Well, because if I just saw it, I would have felt bad if I didn't.
That's the thing. Yeah, I saw Matthew's. I saw
opportunity.
Matt's car lights on, and I was in a really busy day, and I almost was just like,
fuck it. Yeah.
But then I was like, wait, that's pretty fucked up, actually.
Yeah. There's something that you're just like, I'll take this.
So, was it me wanting to do a good thing, or was it me not wanting to do a bad thing? Right. Is really the question.
Or was it you fighting your latent homosexuality?
There you go.
No. What happened though? Somebody just drilled out the lock of your.
Somebody just drilled out the lock on my
driver door.
Truck driver's side door. Yeah. So my and this is really, guys. This is a thing for me. I've had a lot of
little town.
I've had a lot of driver's side doors that just don't work. You know that,
you
Jay.
have.
I've had. This is my third or fourth.
Right.
This is my third or fourth, and so I was really happy that my daily driver just had a fucking door that worked, and somebody just had to spend 3 minutes. And this is what is not funny, and this might be my take 5 today. It's just wonderful how so much work can go into something, and it can just be obliterated by like the tiniest little thing. You know,
what do you mean?
Like to create,
pop off.
To create is such a labor, right? And to destroy is
creation
just,
happens before anybody sees it.
Ayo, that's what's up.
No,
I mean,
but
it kind of does.
What do you
it
mean
kinda
though?
Fucking
What do you
does,
mean
literally though? Like seeds are underground. Okay.
Okay, sure, whatever.
What do I mean though? I mean like you build a house. That took a long time and a lot of money. You burn down a house. That took 45 minutes.
Oh, sure.
And like,
but how does that relate to your car?
$3 worth of gasoline. Well, it's just like this little fucker comes in with like a Ryobi power drill.
Did you see him do
and like
it?
a 0.6 amp battery? No.
Okay.
I would have beat his ass. No, but you know, he just comes in with a little, you know, his dad's Ryobi power drill. His dad works as a dad works for the city. His dad's like a
shouldn't
clerk
even be
for
stealing.
the city.
He's
shouldn't
fine.
even be stealing. He's
literally upper to middle class. What
comes
did they
in.
steal?
They didn't get in. God bless Ford. Ford built tough. They didn't get in.
I love my Ford.
They drilled about 2 inches into my lock and they didn't get in. Yeah. And I'm
Was
just
there
thinking,
even anything in
that
there?
was noisy. There wasn't anything.
Your car is dirty.
It actually isn't that bad.
Respectfully.
No, it isn't that bad.
Okay, well, historically it's
very dirty. But
historically
when they
it's
broke
very
into
bad,
it, it was actually like one of the like.
Hey, and I'm not coming from a soapbox of a clean car.
You
I have
do not have a
I have a
clean car.
literal elliptical in the back of my car that's been in there for like 3 weeks, and it's deconstructed, folks. My life is not under control.
I get
please.
that. I get that. I really do get that. We could pop off on cars and just like how tired you are all the time.
Yeah, I had a motherfucker drill my car trunk one time.
I remember that.
And all they took was
one tennis racket, right?
one tennis racket
of two. There were two
one
tennis
of two
rackets,
tennis rackets,
and they took one.
And you
The
just
tire
one,
jack?
and then tire jacks. Wow,
jacks.
amazing memory.
Thank you.
He does not have like very like great memory.
I was
and-
scared for this guy when he was living in South Seattle.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was scared
It was
for this
rough.
guy. It was he
Yeah.
got pinned in a laundry room by a meth head.
Yeah, I literally at one point had a hammer and I was like standing watch over my property, like ready to bash. I was very sleep deprived.
Ready to bash a memoir.
It was
The memoir of a property manager, ready to bash.
Absolutely. Well, and the here's the other thing. I realized, you know, when you like you smell a smell that's strange, and then you're like, huh, very weird smell, but I've never smelled that before. Years later, I realized that smell was amphetamines. Before I moved in, because I was a property manager in South Seattle, and before I moved in, some homeless people had broken in to the unit that I was about to move into. And so when I got there, it was nice. It was like my first place, like living by myself, and like, you know, it had all like the
Bells and
finishes,
whistles.
all the bells and whistles, you know. And I was like, this is nice. Later, I realized it was permeated with methamphetamine. and I just
may have
lived.
affected you.
I very well may have. It
may have
literally very
affected
well
you.
may have.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
on like a basic health
Yeah.
level.
No, I lived in a house that was absolutely smoked meth in a bunch.
They literally put you in there because they're pretty sure you don't know what meth smells like.
Right. They're like, nah, he doesn't. He doesn't. Are you sure? No.
Nah,
Look at his shoes.
Look at his
shoes
shoes.
like that. Come on.
Yeah.
No. Oxfords.
Give him 5 years managing this property. He'll probably know what meth
he'll
smells
know.
like.
And more. And more. But yeah, no, I realized this last week actually that I definitely know what meth smells like because there was somebody.
I always doubt people when they say like I smelled meth. It smelled like burning chemicals, but
no, there is a very specific smell
Yeah.
for the meth. I've smelt it that time.
should we try
this
it once
week,
just to see?
And then in a building I used to work at, there was a engineer that was very, very high energy, a lot, and very, very irritated a lot.
The Big E at the Big E.
At the Big E, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
say at a Scala.
Yeah. Yeah. So
the engineer, he would like do these bombastic shows of working hard. He'd be like, it was like this beautiful luxury property. There's like opal columns. Like people were spending like $3 million to like buy a upper mid-level thing there. Like it was a very nice place. He would like run through the lobby with like 2x4s and be like, out of my way, sorry, this hurts, out of my way, because he was always like pained, hurt, going through this, but then he would always like work all these long hours and just show how dedicated he was. But I remember sometimes after he'd get out of the elevator would smell funny. It would smell like my old apartment. And then now with my experience this week where I encountered what meth smelled like, I was like, I know what meth smells like, and he was doing
smoking meth in the
Yeah.
elevator.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
No, not in the elevator. He had like, I think
It
it
was
permeates
stuck
your
to him.
clothes. Yeah, stuck to him. Yeah. Like if you smoke a cigarette,
See,
it sticks to you.
This is the thing, though. Like,
Yo,
I mean, if you were,
TB, what up, baby?
What's up?
We love you too, big dog.
We don't want TB in our blood, but we do want
TB on our
Burkhart in
stream.
our butt.
I Burkhart you, baby.
I Burkhart you. My name is Tyler, too,
But yeah, no,
Wow.
amphetamines, they'll get you. They'll get you.
Well, so like you've just got to think like you've got so much more time on your hands when you do amphetamines. You don't have to sleep very much.
Absolutely.
Like, why don't people figure out like they've got like reversible dresses? They've got like all this technology. Like, why wouldn't you just like figure out like they've got like full body like a hazmat suit that can go on real quick?
You would think that the person that's doing meth a lot would invest in clothes that they could like kind of Superman out of. And you would think they would have capitalized on that and made a business out of it if you're on the meth.
We all smoked weed when we were kids. Like you do you do this trick, you do this trick.
Well, I think it's like when you smoke weed or smoke cigarettes, you forget how much it smells. Like you've desensitized yourself to the smell.
Yeah.
So these people probably don't realize that they smell like meth.
I run a cleaning business, so like the amount of people that apply the amount of people that it's just like meth and cleaning go so well together, unfortunately.
And if you were a different man, you might just be like, fucking do the meth. That was great. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I mean, like, I shouldn't say this
with
live on the area, but like I don't really care. I don't really care. As
long as no one complains and the job gets done well.
As long as no one complains and the job gets done well. Okay. But here's the problem. Here's what I've noticed.
This is going to be our last podcast.
There is a steep descent into madness with methamphetamines.
Right.
There is a honeymoon
That's why they
phase.
say it not even once.
Yeah.
But really, it's like not even 15 times.
Yeah.
Like the first 15, you're probably Gucci. Like you could probably get yourself under control.
I think it's even like like 30 to 60 days. Yeah, I think you've got like 15 glory days where you're like,
I want you to write a small book on this.
A superhuman, and then like 15 days where you're like, this is maybe starting to get out of hand, and then 30 days where it's out of hand, but like you haven't like worn your body and brain all the way down to.
And then the last 15 days, you're just a shell of a human.
Exactly, and like you just start like you can't think anymore. Right. You can't think anymore, and you're just running around doing weird shit all the time. Yeah. And it's really hard though, because here's the thing: people with really bad ADHD just act like meth heads.
Right. Yeah.
And so you like. You can have a person who's done meth for 2 years or somebody with crippling ADHD, and they'll act exactly the same, folks.
Right. We got to get these ADHDs that are on meth.
So either that's true or I'm lying and I actually do meth a lot. So I don't know. It's. I
mean, look at these eyes.
Look at these eyes.
Look at these eyes. Those are amphetamine eyes, folks. Folks, we're not a news show, but here's something that you should know. Disney trips meant for homeless students went to NYC school employees' kids. Officials say. You gotta love good old-fashioned government corruption. Your death, taxes, and government corruption. Yeah. I mean, which basically is just taxes. Yeah. 6 employees of New York City's public school system took their children or grandchildren on trips to Disney World, New Orleans, and other locations using tickets that were meant for homeless students, investigators said in a newly released report. The trips intended as enrichment for students living in shelters and other temporary housing also included excursions to Washington, D.C., Boston, and Broadway shows. Said Anastasia Coleman. That's such a rich person's idea of what to give homeless people. Yeah. We'll take them to Broadway. I want this young transient to see Guys and Dolls and have everything change for them. Like, I don't put those money for rich, stable people go on vacation. Homeless people go to a place where they're warm and they're safe. So they don't need to go on vacation.
I don't want to pop off all the way here, but I have an interesting idea, and maybe I've talked to you about it.
The homeless don't need vacations. They need stability.
They do. And that's where I come in.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Tyler Smiley. So check this out.
Is this about to be about meth again?
This is about to be about
Pop off, Queen.
No, so check this out. So fiberglass. They build airplanes out of it.
Okay.
They build a lot out of it. They build boats out of it. They build airplanes out of it. This stuff lasts forever. Yeah. It lasts forever. It's great. It's water. It's impervious to water. What if you built a pod out of fiberglass that was 7 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 4 feet tall, and you put casters on it, and you put a solar panel or two up on top, and you put a mattress inside it with a single door,
This is why I don't trust you in a position of power. You're literally trying to make us eat the bugs and live in the pods.
No, I'm trying to give homeless people a cool rolly house. I'm not trying to make you live in a pod.
If they can
you
roll
wind
into
up in a
traffic,
fucking pod, you earned it, okay? You have a good job right now. Yeah. You're doing fine for a second. If you wind up in one of my fucking pods, and yeah, they're my pods. Yeah, and yeah, you are going to live in one. You know what? You know what? He's right. I'm going to get him in a fucking pod, and he's going to love it.
TT's
because he's going to be on meth.
roller pod.
No, but just check this out. Fiberglass lasts forever, like 30 to 50 years, okay? You got this fiberglass pod. You get a partnership with a company. You just blast out these things on casters so you can roll them around. You can put them on you have a little harness so you can walk around with your little pod system behind you.
I want homeless people to be stacked 8x8.
Dude, yeah, no, get them modular stacked. But no, it's like you could pump these things out for like $800.
Okay.
And then they just have like a place that has a little bit of power and a bed and that they can lock up.
How big is it though? Like
it's 8 feet long.
Okay.
It's 4 feet wide and it's 4 feet tall.
4 feet tall. They can't stand up.
Nope, no, you can't stand up in it.
It's literally just to sleep.
It's just literally just to sleep and store possessions safely and have a little bit of power.
Yeah, it's like a tent, I guess.
It's like a tent, but like way safer for your objects and it stores power and it's movable.
Yeah,
it's mobile.
Okay.
So like it just represents a little bit of safety and the ability. One thing that I've heard from a lot of homeless people is like sometimes they're like trying to rebuild and like their phone gets stolen or like all their shit gets jacked. Like their shit gets stolen all the time. They can't keep a hold of their shit. And also they just like, I don't know, people can just like come into your fucking tent and fuck you up in the middle of the night.
That is scary. Even camping.
Is scary. Yeah. I camped alone for 2 nights during a really hard time in my life, and it was scarier than I thought it was going to be.
It's not cool, especially when you start hearing coyotes roll call.
Yeah.
You're like, a coyote's going to get up my throat.
Yeah.
1,000%. I'm convinced of it.
So what do you think?
I'd be down for that if we you do the solar panel, you do the fiberglass, you get them in there. You get a big truck, flatbed, series of flatbeds. Then you go to the wharf, and then you set them off to sea them. You
Come on though. Seriously, what's your take on it? You don't like it?
No, folks, I have no problem with homeless people. I have a problem with fucking drug addicts, honestly.
Yeah, amen to that.
They literally make everything worse from a societal standpoint, and they feel abandoned by society, and they've abandoned society, and it's a fucking horrible cycle. But so many homeless people have problems with drugs, or they have problems with serious head trauma, and that's fucked. That's yeah. I mean, both are fucked. But it seems like with drugs and with head trauma, there's not much you can do. Like, what is the recovery rate of serious drug addicts that are homeless? I really would like to see that statistic.
I think the problem is
and maybe there is a way that we could help, but it seems like it reminds me of like when they would let the homeless people go into hotels. That became like a horrible situation where it's like, in theory, yes, you need stability, you need like a place to shower, you need a place, but then it ended up just being a absolute failure.
So my question is, how many healthy people does it take? And like, I think this is a really serious like question. You know, I want to take this seriously. Like how many healthy people does it take to turn one unhealthy person healthy? I think that's a really important question to ask in this situation.
I mean, it just depends on the person's willingness. There's no like X equals 1 over Y. Like it's about true accountability and true community and true compassion and care for your fellow person. And in America, that we're too divided. We're too individualistic. In a place like Japan, that could work. In a place where there's more like uniformity.
Look at how much culture's changed in 20 years. Look at how much culture's changed in 100 years. Like, just because we're not there today doesn't mean we can't be there in 20, 30, 50 years.
Yeah, no, we definitely can. I just
and I just think that like looking at it from like a perspective of like how many healthy people does it take to help one unhealthy person become healthy is really important, because like what we see systems of like high efficiency, or like what we consider high efficiency, like right, like minimum resource injection and like maximum throughput, but not necessarily maximum recovery rate. Like, right, we're like, we need to be able to handle 40,000 suicidal people in Washington on any given day. How many facilities does that take? Okay, what's the minimum level of staff that we need for that? What's the minimum amount of padded room? Like, you know,
I guess I just feel,
it's like a dynamic question.
I'm pretty nihilistic. I just feel like top down, there's not much resources for the common man. Like, even if you're not homeless, like, I do believe that you're kind of just like a little blop clog or cog in, like, I feel, I don't mean to get like conspiratorial, but like the fact that they put like soybean oil in like every single fucking like food ingredient, and that's like literally proven to be horrific for you, but they're just trying to make a bunch of money and cheaply produce food. Like, I think that there's incentives for the pharmaceutical industry to keep people sick. I think there's incentives for the big educational institutions to keep raising the cost of education, and then making people stuck in this trap where they take out these loans because they've been ill-advised and they have to
100%.
be stuck in a
100%.
I feel like even a homeless, middle class, upper middle class, like there is no actual like backbone of our society. It's just a bunch of fucking opportunists. So it's like, I don't think that in a broken, like slaved system, like where you're like free but not free, there really is a glimmer of hope that you can get together and try to make fiberglass boxes where homeless people can charge their phone and jack off in peace.
100%. I agree with you 100%.
Like, we need to be a much
systems of power,
much more clean and efficient society that actually cares before
like
anything like that will actually work.
But so one thing, we have this crazy thing like the internet, right? That allows us to exchange resources.
Internet's
extremely,
dead.
extremely
Internet died in
rapidly.
2012. Just so
Okay,
you know.
I mean, but it didn't.
No,
is it being used
there's a lot
properly?
of people who think that it did though.
Sure. Okay.
I watched the whole 40-minute video on it last night.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You
I'm
now
actually
can
very
condemn
smart.
the world to fucking
Exactly.
to misery eternally. Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No system of power is ever going to dismantle itself.
Okay.
And there's like massive systems of power in place, and probably a shitload that we can't see and don't know about. But we do all still have at least apparent free will, right? Like, we do still all have the ability to like congregate and to fund however we want. And there are still massive, massive movements. And I just want to point out like that, like culture shifts are like real, and they're sweeping, and they're very aggressive, and they can happen pretty quickly. Yeah, we're not going to get McDonald's to fucking save the homeless. Yeah, we're not going to get the federal government to save the homeless. Yeah, we're probably not going to get King County to save the homeless, but we can affect how much they fund it, right? We can affect how much they fund it by like throwing a bitch fit. And we also can no. There's like massive infusions of money going into mental health care right now in King County. Like, that's like,
yeah, there's also massive infusions of money going overseas into like proxy wars. I mean, we can't control anything. Like, we honestly can't control anything. And the things that we think we are controlling, it's a joke because it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, or it's just you get all these unintended outcomes. I mean, I'm not trying to be a fuck right now, but it's a dark place that we're in.
Okay, so if we
and
just
you're
look at we
we
would
literally need to get like attacked by aliens. That's like literally the only way we can unite. We need to have some sort of common agreement on what a moral code is, and then we can go from there. Like,
the slow death of our culture and planet is plenty enough incentive to do all these things.
yeah, but there's even division on that. So if there's not a common
sure, but it's
understanding-
not that bad yet. It's gonna get worse.
Sure, but even still, like, there's just going to be so much polarization where you need to have more uniformity if you're going to make any sort of sweeping change.
I mean, I think that there's a lot of value in that like bipartisan split for individuals within power, right? Because you just like you kind of get to like pick and choose what you want to push on agendas on either side of the fence, right? It's like, okay, we're Republican now. Okay, we're Democratic now, and you're like, what serves corporations the most? These ones over here, and then these ones over here, and then we're back to liberal now. Okay, these ones over here, and then we're gonna do these ones over here. But
I mean, at the end of the day,
you still can't make good changes.
These government kids are still going to go on the trips that the homeless were supposed to go on. That shit's never going to change. Okay, all these people are fucking Machiavellian. Like,
sure, but I mean, today there's cameras to capture it, and there's news articles to tell you about it. I mean,
but we are all confused about, or more entranced with whoever fucking flavor of the week is doing whoever fucking what at the goddamn VMAs. Like,
we'll see. I think there's a change coming. I think there's a change coming. I'm gonna do my best to be a part of the change coming, and if it doesn't come, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that
I want to? The thing is, if you don't believe that something like with your attitude, I feel like you're not ever gonna throw your weight behind trying to make a difference in that battle, in that war.
Right.
So like for me, whether the world does change or not, I'm gonna just kind of like believe that it can and like try and be like, you know, change boy. Let's be change. I'm gonna try and be change boy over here, whether it makes sense.
Yeah,
or not.
I mean, if you want to like feel good about yourself, then you could totally do that.
Just
but if you
try and do something positive
well,
all.
No, it's not. I mean, you can live within your own values, and you can care about the people around you, and you can try to be a light in the world of others. But to grandstand or try to talk about things that are just unrealistic, it's like it's just it that is kind of just not to every degree, but it is kind of just like jacking yourself off a little bit. It's
look at life expectancy, look at like poverty rates, look at amount of starvation in the world, look at like cure of diseases, look at all of these different metrics are definitely improving over time without any ability for you to argue that.
Really? Because I feel like the disparity is probably greater than it ever has been with the haves and have-nots.
I mean, the disparity. Okay, I mean,
so it's like
the disparity between
the
like the upper like 0.001% and the bottom 99%. Yeah, sure, but also everyone's life has been steadily improving. The wheels of technology and economics have greatly improved everyone's lives.
Yeah, I mean they have, but it's like now you can buy a $200 TV at Walmart. Like there's things that have improved.
I mean that's not no. That's not the important one. The important one is the amount of food that's available in the world and clean water that's available in the world and medical treatments that are expanding into like third world countries.
Or it's the people that are philanthropists and end up literally just going to countries and doing things that are in goodwill, but actually do fucking science experiments on people that are unknowing or cause economic repercussions that inside of a closed system that shouldn't be meddled with because they think that they are able to make money off of donations and make tax write-offs and do all kinds of stuff. And then
I'm not saying that the world is only a good place. I'm just saying that the world is inarguably getting better, like based on very basic metrics.
By some metrics, but it's a horror show in others by people that are facading to do something, but it's actually sinister and evil.
Sure. It's just like the majority of impact, I think, is like I think everyone's been sinister and evil like the whole time. I don't think there's like some weird mask
but
coming off.
now a lot of people feel better about it.
I don't know about that. I think that's not the case. I think when people find out about it, they feel pretty bad about it.
Right, but we all feel powerless as individuals to make a change. I mean, try to live in the society without exploiting another person, and you can't.
What about the peasantry? What about the peasant? I mean, look at like it used to just be like, you don't like this, I will kill you and take your land. And now it's like, you don't like this, I will fuck with your brain with advertisements, and like it's a different war. I like this war more. Yeah, personally.
Sure.
Personally.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think it's bad to be nihilistic at this point in the world. I mean, you can make changes in your own sphere, but trying to talk about changing in a greater degree when it's just like lip service, I think to me is a self-soothe.
I just disagree. I just agree that I think that it's that you can either do that and try or just not. And so like, why would you not do that and try? It's almost a version of religion. Right? Like it's almost like I believe in God because but it's not that because it's not God. It's something that seems like it could be real, you know? Right. So I don't know. It's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to fucking kill each other with hammers after this show.
Well, I feel like there's just so many points where we, I don't know. We don't have to go deeper into it, but I feel like I struck a chord. Not to put you under the bus here, but I feel like there's something about, I feel like you're a nihilist a lot of the times. And you're kind of like nothing matters, but then in this particular instance, you're like, well, there should be. Or are you saying there should be like an individual onus? Or I guess I just don't understand like what you're saying.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm saying that without that hope, there is no hope. Like, I'm saying without that brutal optimism, then there is no reason to be optimistic. So it's like, if you take away that outlook, in my opinion, then it is accurate. Your assessment is accurate without the retarded optimism that I am, like, like proposing.
Right, but even like I forget globally, like domestically in our country, like you don't pay attention to politics, right? Because you're like, I'm not going to be able to make a difference this out of the other. So like, just try to, like, I feel like I've heard you profess what I'm professing in a smaller scale, but then on a larger global scale, you have a different version, which makes less sense to me if you're scaling up further than where you already feel despondent. But you have hope at a tier that's greater than domestic, when even domestically,
I mean, this is kind of like my ideal. This is kind of my ideal. Like, it's not how I am every day. It's not what I feel every, like this, that
it's
concept,
not what you live by.
I mean, I think it's what I try and live by. I mean, I like sank a shitload of money out into the property that has reaped zero financial benefit for myself in an attempt to do something positive.
Right.
And it kind of has, but it's also been
that's kind of an experiment.
Yeah, I think it takes experiments to make a. I think it takes creative license, like the killing of a sacred deer.
Yeah. But I think if there was a unified vision, things would probably have been easier. But I guess that's what I'm saying. You need to have a unification in order to actually stratify anything.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Sure. Unless you have a lot more money than I did.
I mean, but money.
Then you can pay someone to have a vision.
I guess, but money just corrupts. Like it at a certain point, when you get so far, like you stop thinking. Oh, my headphone. You stop thinking about.
Guess where I found it though?
In the dryer.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's been a week.
Yeah.
So she's probably pretty dry now.
Yeah.
Could you pass me another?
I mean, you are a good person. You let me do my laundry in your washer and dryer every time I come over here.
So. And I love being able to.
But we have a unified vision of
laundry.
Of laundry.
Of laundry.
Exactly.
No, I listen. I do. Sometimes I am a complete fucking nihilist, and the world probably is doomed to hell.
I just feel like you choose to be a nihilist, but then you choose to be like super hope man, and I'm kind of like, that's fine, but then it just feels a little bit like, what do you believe then?
I believe that the world is almost certainly absolutely fucked. But I don't think I don't think it's totally fucked. I think that there's a chance that we can turn it into, there's a couple different options for like how we get over the hump of like unbungling this situation.
Yeah.
And all of them pretty much require a bunch of people to have a bunch of mindless optimism. And so it's not necessarily that I think faith. Yeah. Faith in something positive changing.
Yeah.
So like,
and faith is bred from a common vision or a common understanding, or like
we're going back. We're back at the killing of a sacred deer again.
No,
Colin Farrell is a great guy.
I'm not watching The Lobster. I'm
I'm gonna make you watch The Lobster.
Although I did like The Banshees of Inisherin. That was good.
I didn't see that one.
That's a good one.
What is it?
They're on this island in Ireland where there's just a personal relationship that gets.
Oh wait, I did see that one.
Yeah.
The guy just decides to not be his friend.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not your friend anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
And it drives him loony, right?
Right. Which is kind of what's going to happen after this. I don't know who's going to do it to what.
Yeah, no, I don't, there's, it's so hard. It's so hard to tell what the future
and
holds.
I'm also being like, I want to say rote. Is that the right word? ROTE? Like I'm also, like I'm literally being like a little bit,
you're like holding a line that's a bit
mechanical or habitual repetition of something to be learned. Well, I don't know. I'm being a little bit tongue in cheek, I guess, like with the cynicism. And so I do.
We're both, I think, being a little tongue in cheek with the cynicism and the optimism.
All right.
I think so.
All right.
Because I don't think that we're guaranteed to go anywhere good. I just know that we're screwed if.
Yeah. No. I mean, you're gonna fall to your highest aspiration or your lowest resignation. Like, I do understand what you're saying is like, we can at least try. Why not live a life worth extending effort? Why not have faith? Why not have some sort of positivity? But I also think that there should be, I don't know. I guess, nobody's consistent in ideology, but there should be, I guess I'm just a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. And I also think that, it boils down to unification. It boils down to unification. We literally need to all like praise one God. Yeah. And like, then we'll be like fucking chilling.
I don't know if that's possible anymore.
No, it's not. And that comes from where I'm like, that's why I'm like, aliens need to fucking attack. So it's just like humans versus something. Like it, maybe that's what I'm getting at. Like, it needs to be.
Globalization is in its infancy, right? Like, globalization, it feels like globalization isn't in its infancy, but like, when did we sail the steamboat up to Japan? Like, it was less than 100 years ago, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I don't know nothing about steamboats in Japan.
The world is still very much in a melding pot phase. Like, in 200 years, we're all like a nice
but do you think the trajectory
brown
is going to be positive for that? Like, I don't know.
I think that if we saw it, we would puke our guts out, but I don't think that really matters too much because we'll be dead as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like, it really doesn't, like, I mean, if my 10 generations back grandfather saw me in here doing this right now, he would probably fucking cut his dick off rather than have a kid, Like, sure. It's like just because we can't get it, just because it feels atrocious to us, like, no shit it does. Like take a fish and be like, you're gonna be a man someday. Let's put you on Broadway and see how you perform. Like, but like,
I like that.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciated that.
I just feel like we're literally all in our little isolated bubbles, like fucking addicted to scrolling and little tiny hits of dopamine, and we're being poisoned, and we're completely exploited, like it, and then we're gaslit about everything that's happening too. So it's hard to have much positivity when it seems like there's an event horizon where we can't even predict what the possibility is. Just like your grandpa cutting his dick off, like we
just like that,
we should cut our dicks off because I mean, in the name of equality. But no, I think it's just, I don't necessarily I don't think it's like a better time now than when we were making our own candles.
I think
I think like there's some shit that was better, like health wise and stuff like that. But from like a happiness standpoint, from like a biochemical standpoint, I don't think shit's like way more legit than it ever has been. Like we probably passed the ideal time to be a human and live like a real human / animal.
Yeah, we're in
existence.
a huge like pit trap, like technological pit trap right now. I totally agree with that. Like, there's no doubt that we are in like probably so far the most significant transition in human history, I want to say. Like, engagement with media and like instantaneous communication across the surface of the planet is fucking magic. It's not magic like a light bulb. It's magic like change every single culture 40 times faster than you ever could before. It's magic that's so magical you can't even understand what it is. Like there's just no way to like, and because we've got pocket portals, all of us now, like yeah. But I think that as cultures and as a species, we do have active cultural immune systems that do see, like, I mean, look at it's too bad they made fentanyl, honestly, because like we did start to have a pretty good strong like social response to like opiate, but then they just were like, except now It costs 10 cents to get super fucking high.
Dude, the amount of fentanyl that's
$20.
lethal is actually insane.
It's fucking insane. Yeah.
It's like if you have a little bit of sand in your pocket, that's like 6 times the fentanyl to kill you.
Yeah. So like, but I do think we have stronger like social immune responses than I think we give ourselves credit for, and I think that we are going to like pull back from.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Yeah, but go ahead.
I don't know. There's been a lot of like you look at how industrialization went in like France, right? And it's like.
I don't look at how industrialization went in France.
Okay. Industrialization in France, like there was a period of time where like men, women, and children were working like an average of 14 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And that was just like normal.
That was probably after the good time to be alive. It was probably before that. Seriously.
Well, I just want to point out though, we pulled back from that. We had this like extreme, and like if you look at it, you're like, oh my God, look at how much we can make. Why would we not? Like, I mean, you know, we can make all the, but we did have this sociocultural immune response that like pushed back on that and like, and drove that back. And now we work 40 hours a week. And so like, and I want to just point out, it takes some time to see that. Like the Industrial Revolution started.
Yeah.
And it took like 20, 30 years to get to the point where it was like, this is actual hell on earth. Lucifer gaped his pussy and fucking bore hell on earth today. And then it took 30 years of that before like there was a real like huge movement to change that.
Expand and contract.
And right now, if you think we're like through this, like we're still at the beginning of this. We're still like in like, what are we at? Like, I don't know. Mobile telephones are at like 15 years tops. 15 now, I guess. Shit, actually, it's been like 20 years.
Might I remind you that you literally believe in eugenics and depopulation?
100%. I do believe in those things. Yeah, that is an accurate statement.
I don't know.
I think that those things are gonna. I think that those things are gonna help our planet recover really, really well. I think that those things are gonna help us recover really, really well.
I think that. I don't know what the fuck you think. honestly.
No, it's just
I you know, my opinion isn't formed from the YouTube video I watched last night.
Okay.
You know, I mainly just watch football stuff. So that was really
you fed that to me. You fed that to me on like, how can you? Did you expect me to not do something with that? You gave it to me wrapped up like
no.
A gift.
I thought we were having a conversation, not a debate.
Oh, that's where you messed up, Jay.
Yeah,
that's where you messed up.
Right.
No, listen, you're not wrong. The world is fucked. We're all gonna die miserable, and yeah, that's it.
No, we're not gonna die miserable as long as you are more localized in your own life, and you just take the experience for what it is, and you try to build meaningful connections, and you try to limit your stress, and you try to just fucking let things go that are so much bigger than you could ever perceive.
Wait a second.
Am I turning into you and you're turning into me?
What's going on right now?
What?
Yeah. Are you saying that honestly right now? You are saying that honestly right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's all too big. It's all too big.
And you're right too. You got to have a little bit of hope to fucking start a fire.
It's all and too big.
I do understand. Like,
yeah. It's just that don't self-limit and also like what you're doing is realism and catastrophizing at the same time.
Yeah.
It's realism and it's catastrophizing.
It's positive nihilism.
It's positive well,
a little bit. It's negative positive nihilism.
Yeah, it's a smorgasbord of nihilism. Nihilism, I think, is definitely the best belief system for the world, but it's also so dangerous at the same time. It's the best belief system for a bunch of well-adapted individuals. Not a very good belief system for transient drug addicts.
Right.
Those people need to believe in fucking Jesus.
No, because you shouldn't be leaving your needles out everywhere. Yeah. No, I mean, and that is part of the homelessness or drug problem. Is just like where I work. There's this little creek, and it's maintained by a task force of people that put their time and effort and resources.
Can you imagine being on a task force?
Yeah, no, they want us to join the task force, and I'm like,
That's
I don't
cool.
have time for that shit.
Do you get a badge?
No,
Okay.
we
then
just
fuck it.
we just get to work in addition to our job that we're already working.
Yeah.
No, and here's the thing, like, I do want to be part of the task force, like I do. It's also really demoralizing when you go back to the creek and you see tinfoil that's been smoked everywhere, and you see that
Start a counter task force where all you do is kill homeless.
That's what I'm saying. Put them out to sea. No, but like I had this moment where I saw there was this nice little thing like creek habitat wildlife. This is what the creek is made of, and like somebody like printed a design and made the copy and put it up, and it was beautiful. And then someone was like 360 God, like tagged it, and I'm just like, what the actual fuck is your problem? Like, you are a sick individual. Like, you feel like you don't belong, and so you want to deface because there's no accountability to your brethren. Like you just defaced the work and effort of many, many, many people.
We're coming back to we're coming back to the drilled out car lock. We're coming full circle. We're coming back to the drilled out car lock right now.
It's just this cycle where people feel thrown away. They put ugly into the world. People
see ugly,
feel thrown away, and it's just
ugly into the world.
Exactly. It's just this.
And that's
fuck.
where eugenics becomes really important.
Exactly.
And
that we can agree on.
That we can agree on.
You know what? 40 minutes in. And I feel closer to you than ever.
Absolutely. No, I feel really good. We forged an alliance.
A good bond.
We forged through a river.
Absolutely.
We forged some cool hammers. I'd love to do some forging someday.
They didn't steal anything, though?
They didn't get in. Ford built tough.
Good.
Is that the catch line for Ford?
It is, yeah.
Ford built tough. I'm going to say it. I'm not a big guy for brand taglines, but
we actually are sponsored by Ford, actually. Let me see here. Let's see.
Man, the person who came up with built different. That's such a nice one.
Let's look at the 2025 Ford. It's coming up. Since we
I also wanted to look up the fastest, easiest way to kill someone. Because when I was thinking about like how drilling the lockout, right, like burning a house down that took like 9 months to build, right?
2025 Maverick.
I was thinking like the ultimate version of that is like just killing
Mustang
someone
GTD.
with like a pencil, like a $25 pencil.
Brought to you by Ford.
And you're just walking down a street, and you just
Fordgenics.
Go through the thing and into the brain. It's just like a 25.
I want euthanization neneedles built by Ford so they don't break inside people's necks.
You can use them over and over again.
Sorry, what were you saying? I was
reading
the Ford ad read.
You were reading the Ford ad read from 2070.
Yeah, exactly.
The 2070 Ford ad read.
No,
I was just saying, like, I wanted to look up the fastest, easiest way to kill someone, because it's kind of the ultimate version of that, like burn down the house, drill out the car lock, tag on the thing.
I think you could kill somebody by chopping their trachea.
I bet.
But you got throat chopped 3 times?
I got throat chopped 3 times by a Vietnam vet, and then downed him while pretty drunk
on the side of the road.
No, in the Bainbridge parking lot, and then had 3 like 65-year-old women who only saw me smash his head into the ground when I took him down. They only saw that, and they thought I was just assaulting an old man.
Oh my god! But he throat chopped you.
Yeah,
and he road raged you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He road raged me, and
but they only saw the end.
They only saw the end.
Yeah.
So then my dear friend who actually died from methamphetamines 10 years later, speak of the devil, those amphetamines, lovely things they are. He had to get out of the car and like corral 3 elderly women out from behind my station wagon so I could escape. It's pretty wild.
It's just crazy. Your life could have changed so drastically that night.
Yeah.
We're not owed anything, folks.
No.
We really aren't. Good people get bad raps. Bad people get good raps. And it's everywhere else in between as well.
Yeah, and Kanye just does great rap.
He does great rap. And he's also on Nitrix. Nitrous oxide. He's just fucking complete
erectile dysfunction pill?
Depleting his body of B12. Purportedly.
Nitrix?
Not nitrous, I meant.
Nitrous. Yeah. Oh, he's doing whippets?
I guess he's got like a dentist that's like just hooking him up. And he's been on like whippet gas. And he got these like you saw his weird metal teeth.
Yeah.
I need to look into it. I've just been hearing rumors about a lot of nitrous with Kanye. It could be a
Be
defamation
careful with those
thing.
whippets. There's a lot of new research showing that.
Dude, whippets will get you.
Whippets will lead to schizophrenia and psychotic breaks.
Yeah,
and,
whippets are
pretty gnar.
pretty not very cash money.
Man, like 7 years ago, I was just telling everyone, no, they're totally safe.
I do remember that.
100% safe.
I do remember that.
Yeah, just don't do too many in a row. The only thing that's dangerous is oxygen deprivation.
And
what I'm saying is don't trust
You're
me.
really convincing is the problem. You're too convincing.
I know.
The trips were intended as an enrichment for students living in shelters and other temporary housing. According to the report released this month, Linda Wilson, the Queens regional manager for the office that supports students in temporary housing, took her own children on trips that were paid for through grants for homeless students and encouraged employees she supervised to do the same, but to keep quiet about it. What happens here stays with us. One staffer quoted Wilson as saying,
Okay, that's like so unforgivable. That's like
really is.
So fucking unforgivable. Because here's the thing. I'm sure that she has a house. Where's this taking place?
New York.
New York.
Big Apple,
she
baby.
lives in a house that she's got 50% paid down.
Right.
She's probably got $550,000 in equity.
Right.
She has a nice car. Her husband has a nice car. They have a third car. They have 2 dogs. They have 3 kids.
Right.
Okay. They could have just paid for those fucking trips.
It's because
and this
there's
Shane,
no unity.
This brings me back to Shane because he could have just worked those hours. But he wasn't bought in. But he wasn't bought in.
And you tried to bring him in. You did everything you could feasibly. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him buy in.
Feasibly.
See, now I've got you in a paradox because you have to call yourself
do
a piece
something about
of shit.
horse cum.
Or
I was gonna just say something about horse cum.
Oh well, you.
And then my mind got in the gutter because I actually have some really serious trauma around horses from when I was a kid.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What happened? How do I not know this?
I think you do.
Okay.
Somebody fucked a horse in front of me when I was 12.
Okay, you told me this? Oh, okay.
And then it gets deeper.
Okay.
And then it gets deeper yet.
Okay.
It has like so many. And there's this leg of the journey I can go on, but the other ones I can't.
Yeah. No,
the
that's
other ones
fair.
I can't live.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
but
have
I just,
some shit
I
with
just,
horses.
well, and I just realized, I didn't realize afterwards
that he actually did that.
Yeah, that happened.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I just like told my counselor that, and they were like, "Ooh, that's like really fucked up and traumatic." And I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah, you kind of completely pushed that one down.
Yeah, no, I literally did not realize that could be considered a traumatic experience until 3 days ago when my counselor was like, "That's really fucked up, actually, that that happened."
So that's why you try to be such a good person these days.
Literally, actually, not even a fucking joke. Probably that plays a significant role.
Oh.
Like I'm actually like serious.
Yeah,
like
right.
Yeah. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Ugh.
Yeah. I got a cross to bear, guys.
Right. But hey, you've affected a lot of people's lives positively. So
hell yeah. You guys know that video? Hell yeah.
Let's get it up really quick.
Hell yeah! That's
this
like
is,
my
I know
my
what
favorite fucking.
I know
there
what
it
to
is
cheer
right
you up.
there.
I know what to cheer you up.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's Tosh too. What up, T Tosh?
Oh, nobody out drinks
hell
America.
Yeah.
It's like the alcoholic.
Wait.
Hell yeah!
Well, what were you saying now?
I was just saying it's the alcoholic Tourette's guy.
Oh,
it's like
Shit, piss!
Yeah.
Isn't it? Did you know that all turned out to be fake?
I mean, I knew it was fake when it was happening.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, I knew it was fake.
See, that was in the wild west of the internet where I was like, wow, they really got him. They really got him on that authentic tea.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you see something like Arpan happening, and you're like, there's still hope. There's still hope, but they keep killing it.
Right.
They actively are killing all the hope.
Yeah.
So what do we do about that?
I don't know. I mean, I think people in power just want to keep going to fucking Niagara Falls with their kids on homeless people money.
Yeah.
Do you know Brett Favre?
Yeah, but it's even so different than that. Like it's like it gets to such a like such a dark level, like so that is like the fucking chippy toe in the pool,
right? Absolutely,
of like
absolutely.
what power can do for you.
I literally think that when you get to a point in power, your entire perspective changes. Like things just literally become tiny little blots. And if you do enough bad things to a systemic like whole, they somehow become less bad because it's just the way things are shaken out. Like, does that make sense?
Like, it's like if you do like 10 bad things in one day, it's a problem. But if you do like 1,000 bad things over 10 years, it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, don't do 10 bad things your first day. But
if you want to just create a system
if you do 10 bad things, it's fine. Because like 7 days ago, you did 4 bad things. And then 3 days
these aren't
after
even
that,
bad
did
things.
7
It's
bad
just
things.
the way things are.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it's just things get so.
When I watched a video on leaded gasoline and was like, oh, we're fucked.
Oh, so now you just think you know everything about leaded gasoline, huh?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know enough about leaded gasoline to know that you're probably right, and the world is
really
totally screwed.
Okay, I don't remember that much about the dead internet thing. I was mainly making a joke.
Oh yeah.
It is scary though.
Yeah. Well, it's
scary.
Extremely filtered, folks. It's
What?
the internet.
Yeah, it's filtered, but it's also like I don't know. It's also just could be fake. I don't know. Not fake, but could just be a series of hallucinations that aren't like.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. It's just.
Did you stop taking your?
Yeah. No, we're plugged into the cytoplasm. We're in the matrix, folks. I mean, look up dead internet theory.
I actually do want to hear about it though. Like, what is the theory?
I don't know enough to regurgitate. It was late.
Let's look it up really quick. I just want to hear the basic synopsis.
All right.
I mean, you know, Andy, like with dead culture theory, right? Like we're just basically, you know, culture's just regurgitating itself at this point.
That is basically what it is. So the dead internet theory is an online conspiracy theory. See, and that's how you know it's fucking real, and Wikipedia is calling it conspiracy theory. That asserts that the internet now consists mainly of bot activity and automatically generated content, manipulated by algorithmic curation to intentionally manipulate the population and minimize organic human activity. One of the things they were talking about was like,
I mean, that's not even like a lie. That's not, I mean, okay, maybe parts of that are not accurate, but like, I mean, if you look at the main things that people engage with, like there's like court cases going on about how it is designed to be the most addictive it possibly can. Like we're not to the like McDonald's being sued and like Red Dye being shut down phase yet, right? We're not to that phase yet, but like there is, like you can hear testimony from people being like, yeah, you know, if people die sitting at their computer, that's kind of like an optimal scenario. Like it's like there's not
really,
there's not a lot of, you know, veils about it, but it's like, you know, tell somebody who's hooked on fentanyl that fentanyl's bad for them and see what happens.
Right.
It doesn't.
You're not getting out of that room alive.
It's like, yeah, it's you're not gonna shift the balance. It's a little late, but like again, I do think 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. If the extreme elite had their way, would they ever have let those workers work less than that, right? Like if they had absolute power, would they have let the workers work less than that?
Yeah, but that was in a way more like ones and zeros society. Like there's numbers you can't even imagine now that aren't binary. Like back then was like, hey, we're working really hard and my kid's got a black lung. What? Like no one's like, hey, bots are manipulating the algorithms and everything we know has been fake since 2016. You know, like there's way less transparency because there's so much, one, distraction, two, ignorance, and then three, just absolute, I mean, I guess maybe just distraction, ignorance.
Distraction and
They
ignorance.
say don't ever start with they don't ever number things because there's something that happens in your brain that like fucks you up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Tom Bilyeu said that one time.
Oh,
that was
really?
like interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once they stop letting us ride airplanes, I'll be worried about what's going on.
They're going to stop. One of the next big controversies is going to be you're not allowed to drive your own car. That's going to happen in like 15 years. And people are going to be like, I'm old fashioned. I like driving my car. I don't know. And they're like, yeah, well, that's really unsafe.
Yeah. I mean,
that's going to be one of the big things. You heard it here first.
I'm chill with that. I'm chill with that one.
You're chill with that?
Yeah, I'm chill with that one.
Yeah, but what about they take you all to make Haitian soap out of their cats? Shout out to pop culture. No, I don't know, I'm just.
I need this. I need the thread on that one. I've dropped you. The thread was coming to me, and I dropped it somewhere right here.
Yeah, I'm picking
Haitian cats. I'm picking this. I'm spooling it up.
No, the Haitians are eating cats. I guess I don't know.
Okay. Oh, is this they're eating cats in the neighborhoods
the
and the.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be shades of tan.
Yeah. Like I don't know what I was gonna say because I got distracted by the Haitian cats.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Just.
Driving. Self-driving vehicles.
Contractually obligated. The 2025 Maverick, from crowded streets to rural suburbans, folks, turns out you can fit a lot of hustle into a truck that fits into a downtown parking space. And eventually, folks, this is what the wealthy are going to live in. So if you can get one now.
You guys, that's so fucking stupid.
Expanded lineup. The Maverick Lobo.
If you are buying a truck that can't fit a sheet of plywood in the bottom of it, you're a fucking mook.
Oh my god.
Okay?
Gosh.
And I can still say that word.
You can say mook.
I can still say that word.
God, honestly.
It sounds like a slur, but guess what? It's not.
It's not. That's the great thing about wow.
I love mook
great
for that.
rendering. Great rendering with the light here. You guys really did a lot of work here.
It's actually not. I don't like. What is.
Stand out from the pack. Spirited handling. Driving's more fun with performance,
It's
tuned
so
steering
weird.
and brakes.
Yeah,
Not to
no.
mention track only.
Nothing
Lobo
is real.
Mode.
This wasn't made by humans.
Oh my god.
Tremor, Lobo. Tremor, Lobo.
Well, what's funny also is like what
the fuck?
And to bring this back to the only thing I care about, football. It's funny because so many like coaches and players grew up playing Madden that like the entire football experience has gotten way, way, way more like Madden, way more like a video game. Like the players like do kind of like they'll like so many more risky plays, and there's this thing called Amazon. Amazon does like these next gen stats where the broadcast literally looks like a video game. Like you can see there's like a little in real time. They're like putting a little ring around the person.
Around people. I've seen that before.
It's fucking insane. So it's just funny because like much like this makes me think like you're literally playing like a video
GTA
game.
5.
Yeah. Lobo, Tremor. It's like so it's funny because everything is just reflecting what people interfaced with as a kid, but now we're like the generation that's in control.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully Gen Z with their twerking asses will save us all. I really do hope so. Yeah. And to your point about 14.7, Gen Z has been doing a lot of good work on the labor front. Yeah. Some of it is shitty, the anti-work culture where they're just like completely entitled and just spoiled and fucked. But a lot of it's kind of like, wait, so it's just always been this way and I'm just supposed to accept that? No. Yeah. And there is some good shit that has come from that. So I do agree with the expand and contract. It's just hard to have a map when you're literally fucking
living
blinded.
Through the first wave. Yeah.
No,
it's impossible to have a map.
Yeah.
You literally don't know what the answers to these problems are.
And it's way easier to know I shouldn't have a black lung than I shouldn't be literally hypnotized into fucking watching goon videos.
The nice thing is that and this is like a counter argument to like fascism, right, for me, which I do believe in, but not like probably AI fascism is what I'm gonna like wind up voting for in like 20. Machine God. I've been talking about Machine God for a while. Long time. Snake Bucket Machine God.
Yeah. Simple as that, folks.
It's simple as that. Like somehow I keep forgetting what I'm gonna say and then having to retrack it, and I've been pretty good at it so far tonight. It's because I'm stupid. I didn't even take a Xanax. You know that, man. Xanax really fucks up your train of thought.
Yeah, no.
I'll never forget the night I blacked out and like hung out with you and talked to your mom for like 3 hours.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we were over at your place. We were smoking weed and did some Xanax.
Damn.
Quite a bit of Xanax, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I was bouncing on a bouncy ball for like 2 hours or something.
I do remember that bouncy ball you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom, when we were like 15, she just had a lot of Xanax that she would like give to me. She gave my little brother a fucking half a Xanax or half a Klonopin on a flight when he was like 5.
Did he turn into a sack of fucking...
No, he's fine, but he definitely is probably worse off with the Klonopin being in his bloodstream at the age of 5.
So he stayed awake though?
I'm
just
no, I think he slept pretty soundly.
Okay, yeah.
A mile high up.
Yeah.
No, I do remember. I had some. I just was way too easily able to access Xanax. Like, I remember one time I took a handful of it to school and I was showing people because I was trying to be cool. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, in Miss Landvatter's modern, it was.
Oh, this wasn't like 4th grade.
No. First time I took Klonopin was like, we were friends. I was like 15.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like 15,
Okay.
16, yeah.
Okay. That's a fine time to take your first Klonopin.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
You add you Klonopin.
Klonopin.
Colonoscopy.
Is it not Klonopin?
It's Klonopin.
Oh, is it?
Klonopin.
I just heard my mom talk about
Klonopin.
I didn't do like my own research.
Yeah.
But I mean, Klonopin and Xanax are pretty much the same, right?
I don't think so. I think they're both benzos, but like Xanax is, I think
they're both benzodiazepines, but the key difference lies in their half-life, which with its longer half-life, Klonopin stays in the body longer, providing a more sustained and gradual effect.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. Is Klonopin just as good as Xanax? Let's see. Although both.
Here's the funny thing about
what is the measure of good?
Here's the funny thing about like benzos. Like everything else is like, you know, all these other things like make you feel really good. Like benzos don't even make you feel good. They just make you not feel as bad anymore. So like when you know somebody who's addicted to benzos,
I don't know. They made me feel pretty good.
They made you feel pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I get
and then really
euphoria.
sleepy.
Yeah,
really sleepy.
I get no euphoria. They just like make me not have a panic attack.
Very easy to black out. Also.
Yeah,
weirdly easy to black out.
Yeah.
I remember being alone and blacking out on like resin hits and Klonopin as I was like a 15-year-old that was. I don't know where either of my parents were, and I don't know where my brother was either. I just remember blacking out in my Leprechaun Lane house.
Yeah.
And I don't know where my family was. I was just high on resin hits and Klonopin. And I was watching like VH1's Best Week Ever.
That sounds pretty fun.
It was not.
Great?
It was kind of the peak living experience for me.
No,
I remember being like, "How did I fall asleep?"
So and opiates make you feel sick.
Oh, opiates fuck me up. I get
sick.
so nauseous.
That's so weird.
So
yeah. See, if I didn't have like a panic disorder and constant anxiety, like I would have no use for benzodiazepines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we all got different puzzle pieces. You know?
We all got different puzzle pieces.
And
yeah.
opiates, they kind of made me feel like euphoric, but it was just the sickness was greater than the relief.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do?
I remember you tried poppy tea one time, didn't you?
You made me the worst fucking poppy tea for my 19th birthday, and it had like twigs and fucking dirt in it, and I got so sick.
Yeah.
I got so
was
sick.
was that the time we did like 5 drugs at once, where we did like 1 hit of acid, some mushrooms,
That
methadone?
wasn't me.
It was you.
I've never done methadone.
Well,
and I've never done
think,
shrooms and acid at the same time.
I think you didn't. I think I did most of the drugs. I think you did like 1 or 2 drugs.
I mean, I remember on your bachelor party, I believe you did methadone, if I'm remembering correctly. We had a bonanza for you on your bachelor party in Seattle, but
that might be the night.
Maybe I did do methadone because I can't really remember that night very well.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never done it, but
yeah. I feel like I probably convinced you to do it at least once.
I just remember.
Actually, you know what? I do remember.
I remember Randall saying I wouldn't judge you if you did, and so that makes me feel like I did.
I think you did one time at the Jeff Beach House, and we went out for the night, and you puked your fucking guts out.
I don't think I did that.
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But you puked your fucking guts out, and then all the time I was like, "Oh, I fucking love methadone." You were like, "Fuck that shit."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's we
have a storied a colorful story past.
It's a tale as old as time as you giving me a drug and me getting extremely sick from it.
It's just every time, guys. And I did so many weird fucking drugs too. Like, you guys are like, there's 6 drugs that can be done, and for me, that is the wrong number. There's like 48
You're
drugs
like, here,
that can be done.
smoke this caffeine pill.
Yeah.
I've looked it up on
I've
Arrowwood.
looked it up on Arrowwood, and 1 person out of 75 said that it did something. So
let's
we're gonna
fucking
do it.
go.
I probably smoked caffeine pills like 45 times in my life.
Do you want to do a little "This Person Does Not Exist"?
Sure.
All right.
I don't want to start with her.
Yeah, I don't want to start with her. Folks, we assign AI backstories to fake people here. He seems like I want to say that he went on the vacation that the homeless person should have gone on, but he actually stayed back. And he was like, Mom, this is not... Listen, you do what you got to do. I understand, but I personally don't want to go.
Training to be a pilot?
I could see that. Trained to be a pilot. And not following his mother's... dastardly ways and absconding all that homeless money.
Great.
For the homeless to go see literal fucking Grease on Broadway. Really nice teeth.
You know, that does that make an impact? You know, does that make an impact? Or do you just give them one carbon fiber?
It almost makes it worse.
Yeah, it does. Look at what you could have had
if
you were just born in a different body.
That popcorn's pretty fucking good, isn't it? Seed oil.
Do you
bitch.
like butter?
So did she escape serious trauma? And she wrote a book about it?
Sure, that could be.
Is that fair?
One. She's definitely like lives in a house with a lot of live edge wood.
Yeah, she's like British, right?
Sure, yeah.
She's a Brit that like lives out
one
in the
cat,
fucking
2
country.
dogs, 2 cats, 1 dog.
Yeah, and
two different kinds of animals.
She's like pretty legit, but then she also like free bleeds or feeds her plants her menstrual blood. Like she's like pretty legit, but she does some weird shit where you're just like, huh.
Free bleeds, that's a thing.
I mean, I think it's a conspiracy, but I think it's one of those things that like turned into a thing because of an internet meme.
7 people did it in like 100 years, and then like people saw one picture and were like,
I think people were like, oh, free bleed, and they probably free bleed, and then people that are like so plugged into the zeitgeist were like, yeah, I don't shave my armpits and I free bleed.
Sure.
You know, like it just became a thing.
Like, be careful what you propose as a possibility, because it will become a reality.
Literally, exactly, self-fulfilling.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
gay for sure.
Gay, absolutely
gay for sure.
Absolutely gay. Not anything wrong with that. Great.
There
lover.
wasn't anything wrong with saying he was gay until you said there's not anything wrong with that.
I feel like actually I don't think he's a great lover. I think he's a bad kisser. I think he's got fucking stale, like unmoving lips.
I feel like he did you watch Euphoria or see anything from Euphoria?
No, that was one of the ones where
belongs on Euphoria.
I kind of like contrarian decided not to watch that.
Really?
Just because it became such a big thing.
You would have hated it.
I was like, I'm not trying to do
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched bits and pieces with Allison. It was a very well done show, but it definitely was like, you're living in 2024, buddy.
Yeah, I like the same reason I didn't watch like Jersey Shore back in the day. I was like, I'm not even gonna be like, well, it's actually pretty good, and I'm not doing it to you, but like, you know, people are like, I don't know, it's
you
just
literally just did it to me. You literally just did it to me. No, what I'm saying is it's a well-made show, but like it 100% was like, see, the thing is, you can do something with an agenda and do it very well, and that doesn't mean that it's not a good piece of art. Right. So you do agree that that Jersey Shore was a really good show.
You do agree that the sacred deer should have had some more substance to it.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I just don't think that you have to make a movie that most people are going to like.
I didn't say that.
For you to think it's a good movie.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay, what did you fucking say?
I said that people should watch the movie The Menu because it does a really good job of having some artistic elements, but also keeping some...
He's been on The Menu for like 3 months now.
Some traditional elements that you can get comfort from in a cinematic experience.
That's the movie that wowed him. The Menu.
I mean, it didn't necessarily wow me, but I was like, this is
comfortable,
better than most things that are coming out these days.
Okay.
This really walks the fine line of having some artistic play, leaving some to be desired, not spoon feeding, but also respecting the audience.
Sure.
You watched it?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I know you've told me a couple times.
Well,
told me a couple times.
If I tell you something's a good movie, doesn't mean
something
you're gonna
about
watch
Kevin, could kill his whole
it.
family.
That's another
with
one I
a-
didn't like.
You didn't like?
I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb.
See,
No,
liked it.
I just remember the way I felt. I remember the way I felt being like, why?
See, I just like I don't really watch these movies anymore because I developed a panic disorder, and that kind of changed the game for me. But I just really liked stuff that made you there's you can feel something, but when a movie transports you to that place, that's something special. You know,
when you're in a little
when
moment.
you feel so much of that thing that literally when the credits roll, you look at your living room and you're like, whoa, okay, yeah, that's right, I'm in my house. Okay, I'm in my living room.
Yeah.
And for me, the
makes
thing
sense.
that does
That makes
it
sense.
most is
Disruption.
and revulsion. Revulsion is something that I can feel deeply. Disgust
Isn't
is
that-
probably the
isn't
most powerful emotion I can feel.
Yeah.
Which-
Isn't that the mark of a sick society, though?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You're like, in order for me to enjoy this, I would like a woman satanically cutting her head off with a piano wire, please.
It was a
No.
I know it was maybe a piano.
That would really do it for me if maybe I don't know, a maternal figure could
You're
be demonic.
you're
and-
referencing
Hereditary.
Okay, yeah, you're referencing because I was like, damn it, that is an accident. That is dope.
Yeah, no, I wish I was.
You did watch Hereditary, right?
And I did watch Hereditary, and I loved Hereditary until all the fucking payment shit.
Yeah.
Then I was like, fuck you. You really could have done some good shit here, but instead you were like, hail payment. It just seemed like a fucking cop out. There was so much
What if
good
it would have been an
happening.
NFL conspiracy?
about how it's more like Madden
Yeah.
or 2K.
Or
Think
2K.
about it. Think about it.
Whoa.
I mean,
No,
where are you gonna go?
There's a thing though, you don't deal well with fantasy. You don't deal well with fantasy at all. And I think you can kind of deal with future possibilities. You can kind of deal with sci-fi.
Can I sound pretentious for a second?
I have no control over that, and you have for a while now. Continue on.
I really don't mean to sound pretentious here, okay? I'm really not, but I've thought about this because I don't like fantasy, and I don't like things that are just weird for the sake of weird. I think that
Folks, we're going late tonight.
we're going late. When I was in 3rd grade, okay, I won a creativity award, okay, because I was very creative, okay.
And that's where it
And
all started.
It really built me up to a degree that it was just I could never come down from. No, but I think it's not that I could do these things, but it's that I feel like you like the things that you can't do. And I feel like I can be pretty creative and I can just throw shit on the wall and I could just when what's more impressive to me is to take that creativity and actually put it into a box and make it packageable and transfer it to a person. When you could just create something, you don't respect it as much. Whereas I could never I could, but learning a language, so to speak, that's very.
But
I
it's
really
too-
respect that because it's so hard to do. But writing the Hitchhiker's Guide and being and the Beetlesorbs were absorbed into the Nebula 7, and in that nebula, everybody had a
is a
transgravitational.
globally renowned book. It's so much more than just gloobledygook. It's so much more than what you put on it. But that's not even what I mean. I am deeply offended by your dislike of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Literally fucking stupid.
So many people fucking love that book, and for good
Yeah,
reason.
'cause so many people aren't creative,
It's
including
extremely
you.
well written. It's one of the only books that will make you laugh out loud while you're reading from a page. It is so good. Fuck
Disagree.
But what I wanted to say is
Literally
we're talking.
is
We're talking about.
self-referential to a point where it's not good.
The whole universe is self-referential to a point where it's not good. But I want to talk about this is two legs of one journey. You're talking about the tail end of the journey, right? But like, you don't get new fucking ideas without making 1,000 miserable things first. You don't get to make that polished, beautiful product until someone has innovated by doing something disgusting, and then something that's pretty off-putting, and then something that's okay-ish, and then something that's decent, and then something that's good, and then something that's great. And so your part of the journey is the culmination of creating a new creative concept. And the fucking vanguard of that, though, is pushing the envelope with creativity and creating something that almost no one is going to like, that's going to slowly morph, that's going to slowly change and develop into something that can be tolerated by a lot of people, that can change culture so that people can consume it more in a year, in 5 years, that can slowly infiltrate. And so I think that it's they're not enemies. They're part of the same journey, but it does take these violent spear thrusts into creative insanity to get new fucking art. So I think it's the same thing, but just different sections.
And I'm fine with creative insanity. I just want it to be a little bit more disciplined in execution.
But by nature, the beginning of it can't be, because it doesn't have form yet. If you're if you're exploring a new type of something like that, like by nature there are no boundaries yet. So like for me, a great example is like Earther Big Claw, Earther Giant Claw, right? You know that song?
No. Oh, yeah.
To you, you're like, that's fucking nightmare.
Those are sound
shit.
For people that are addicted to drugs. Yes.
And to me, I see like.
Here, like, can we actually?
Yeah, let's listen to Earther Giant Claw.
Oh, we're gonna fucking get.
Whatever.
We're gonna get. Okay.
Whatever. I just, like, you're literally, like, you come back, you are saying, like, yeah, but why don't they make it more in a box? And it's like, but the first one can't be in a box because there's no box yet. Nobody's built a box yet.
No, and I understand that. Like, that's the whole thing about art. Like, you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you coalesce it all, and you glean from all these things, and you create something. And I just respect the things that are a little bit more form and a little bit more. To me, it really is discipline. Like, it's so much easier to just be like, yeah, I don't know. You interpret it the way you want. Like, there should be some sort of message that you can actually carve out and present to somebody. And maybe that message has different interpretations. But when you just throw shit at a wall and call it, like, good.
But I think you're making an assumption there by assuming that somebody just threw something at a wall. Like you're making the assumption that the artist didn't have some specific intent, and two, that they intended to have some specific intent. Like, their intent may have been to have an ambiguous concept that they painstakingly worked over for an extended period of time that doesn't culminate in some, like, fucking alphanumeric Roman numerals clear dictated concept. And that's, like, okay for them to do, and it doesn't mean you have to respect it. It just doesn't mean
I have to like it or respect it. Yeah, exactly. I can I'm fine with it, but it's not.
You're not going to appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't have to give my respect to something just based off of it being the rudimentary pioneering form of something that eventually could be good.
Here's what I can
down the road.
Here's what I can say. If you can say, I don't respect it, but it might be great and I don't realize it, then we can put this to bed. But if you can't say that, then I'm going to fucking kill you with a pitchfork.
Okay, that's fair. That's why after watching Silent Deer, whatever the fuck, I watched like 6 fucking explainer videos.
Yeah.
Because I
wanted to understand.
Yeah, and I'm too stupid. No, I understand that intellect doesn't end with me, right? Like, I understand that I could, and I did honestly respect it a tiny bit more because of all the things that I learned about how it's actually just a modern remaking of that Iliad tale about the guy, basically, there's what's his name? Fucking Agamemnon is going to take all his troops to a war, basically, and they kill this sacred deer that is a deity, a goddess's, like,
Oh, in his forest. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he just kills it, and I don't know if he killed it for no reason, or I'm not sure why he kills it, but she's basically like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill my little deer. I'm gonna like curse you, and I'm gonna make shit like super hard for you, and you're never gonna win this war, and it's gonna be fucked. And so once I figured out that it was all, I mean, the problem is you need to know, you needed to watch a trailer, and the trailer needed to be like, this is loosely based off of Agamemnon, and like, I mean, and it kind of did say it with the theory. I guess I'm just not cultured enough from the get to be like, oh yeah, okay, so he's Agamemnon, and this is fucking the sacred.
See, to
deer,
me, that's not even. I guess me. I feel
because
like
the
you
entire
think-
context is fallen out. You can't enjoy it at all without that context.
For me, what I love about the Colin Farrell movies is just like an director and an entire team of people being willing to take such an aggressive step and experiment with it. And so like we are just on we're on such polarized ends of creativity. Like we really are. It's really interesting. Like I love that. I think that it's not gonna work for most people.
Yeah.
And I think that it is not the most watchable. Like it was not. I literally said this right after the movie. I was like, that was not very easy to watch.
Yeah.
That was not very easy to watch. But I really appreciate that they had a vision and followed through on it.
Sure.
Like they literally, to me, they just sat down and were like, we are going to pull every single emotion out
But it's
of this
almost
movie that
like
we can.
you do need to understand the context in order to appreciate something.
But so that's not what I appreciated about the movie, though. Like the Agamemnon elements, that's not for me artistically. I appreciated the fucking dedication of the team and director in putting together a movie that like defies like literally every other movie in the fucking world is about emotion. It's about like curating emotion and creating a climax, and like they still had a climax, but even the climax, the only emotion that came out was like a muted fear. Like just this simple muted fear. And
I don't know. I felt like there was like, I don't know. I guess you can call bargaining a muted fear. I guess you can call rage a muted fear. There was, I don't know. I guess I don't totally agree with your takeaway that was one of the concepts, that everything in that movie, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, was just devoid of emotion as like an artistic exercise to make a movie about that. I guess I just don't think that
you gotta watch Lobster. You gotta watch The Lobster.
So many fucking people on Reddit being like, welcome to Yorgo movies, and I'm like, no, I will never watch another fucking Yorgo movie again. And then I looked at him and I'm like, fuck you, your grandparents probably died in the fucking one of the weird Eastern Bloc wars.
They did
All right,
I looked it up. Earther.
this is what Tyler considers fine art.
Yeah, so the sound card's broken. This isn't actually what it sounds like.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, the sound card is broken, guys.
Well, but aren't we exploring something that could be beautiful right now? I mean, a sound card being broken is kind of
we
like,
gotta turn it off. Everyone's gonna stop. Like, everyone's gonna log out. Log out.
Wait, really?
You guys logged in? Yeah, the sound card is broke as fuck right now.
Asking more people how many drugs.
I took a lot. I took like 500. I was walking to camp. I realized I couldn't walk. I
Sound card.
I mean, this is I think I want to watch all YouTube videos like this, because what if in the future we learn that YouTube videos like this make you hang on every single word greater?
How do you think that everything we have was like created, man?
No,
like,
I get it. I think about that sometimes.
How do you think that everything we had was completely unacceptable to society in the moment that it came into existence?
No, I
You're
get
a
it.
stupid fucking idiot for believing this. Like
I get it.
heliocentrism. Like, dude, like.
I understand that. I
like,
understand that.
You can swamp the water. You can straw man me with the sound card, but like, I'm not saying that every time somebody does that, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I am saying that doing that is vital
worthy
to creating something new.
Yeah. And I get that. I get that.
So that's like, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of dog shit, but it's a noble battle. And if you can do that 100 times and make 3 great things,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good thing. You did a good thing there.
I get
So,
it. I get it.
it's, yeah.
You're about exploring the creative process, and I'm about connecting with an audience. I think that's literally...
And refining and perfecting that creative process.
Yeah.
And that shows in like our in our art too. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's like, you know, I would rather write 30 shitty songs and I think you would rather like really master one and play it perfectly.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so it's like, it's funny. It shows in almost everything
Yeah.
we do. I like kind of rush through everything haphazardly and just like,
And I
try
kind of
everything.
delay because I want it to be perfect.
Exactly.
So delayed
Yeah.
perfectionism, whereas you just have
makes a good combination.
executed artistry.
It really is a good
Yeah.
combination. It's high friction, high
Oh,
fucking
absolutely.
friction. High friction, folks.
High friction, high reward, baby.
But, yeah. Hey guys, we're moving into our probably the next podcast you guys see. We're gonna be in the fucking podcast studio.
That's going to be the real That's Not Funny podcast episode 1.
That like literally maybe we should actually do
Probably
that.
should.
We maybe should actually just
This
do that.
podcast was a little bit dog shit compared
Yeah.
to what we're trying to do, I feel like.
No, I've liked this one. I've been actually pretty happy with this one.
I like it, but I think that if
The 40-minute hiatus in the middle
yeah,
was a little
and,
weird, but
yeah,
like whatever.
No, I mean,
don't know.
No, I mean I'm having fun with you, but if I was listening to that, I'd be like, I'm gonna listen to a football thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We maybe don't need timers, but we do need timers for that.
Yeah, we need
10
timers
minutes.
for when
get
we
10 minutes
Yeah.
when we start getting into an ideological conflict.
right when we start to get a little bit like, well, actually, if you want to fucking try and punk me, then I think you maybe should consider this.
Absolutely. Zimcolo.
Zimcoli.
What do you feel in your bones, Zimcolo?
God damn, Zimcoli.
It's been hasn't actually been too long.
It's not
you
been
just
too long,
he just
yeah.
but we did miss you
saw.
in that hiatus where you didn't realize That's Not Funny Comedy Podcast was actually us.
Yeah, we're not
did
trying to
miss
be
you
funny,
for a long
folks. We're just trying
time.
to continue to be friends,
Yes.
and it's we've ebbed and flowed. We've been doing good.
We've been
We've
doing
really
good.
been
Yeah, we've been good friends.
I mean,
We've been
we
good
had a
friends
rough
to each
time
other.
tonight.
No, we didn't.
No, we
didn't.
did. We did. No, but I think that, unironically, I do think that we did come together to see each other's points, and that is the beauty of dialogue. Sometimes I feel like you play the devil's advocate because you're like,
all the time.
yeah, you're like, oh well,
Yeah.
like let's explore it, and then I'm like, that's fucking exhausting. But it's like if you can get to that other side, it is nice. It is nice to. It's nice to explore. You don't have to explore everything, but it is nice to. I don't know. It's like going to the gym. You never regret going to the gym. you know, unless you get injured.
Well, and it's also a little bit like
Waking up early and doing something you care about.
You get raided by Mongols, and like they butcher like 70% of your fighting age men and rape all the women and interbreed a new culture, and like you're like, that was pretty awful. And then like 3 generations later, you're like, what's a traditional Mongolian food?
Beef and broccoli. I don't know.
3 generations later, you're like, I kind of like this beef and broccoli.
Not too fucking
Not
bad.
too fucking bad.
No, yeah,
like,
right.
it's just
Like the old shepherd's pie, like used to be just like fucking bones of like little sinew bits and shit like that, and now it's like carrots, a nice beef chuck.
Yeah.
Zimcola says that our dynamic is like him and his best friend, but he's much more like me.
Yeah, I know you
But he's-
fucking are. Your
he's
name
Jeff.
is literally Jeff, okay?
Yeah,
And
Jeff's
you always side with Jeff. Pad
Absolutely.
Thai.
Hey, pad
Most
Thai.
Mongolian food. 17 Pad Thai. This Pad Thai is
That's Thai. Thais aren't Mongolians.
that's
Yeah,
true. Pad
hey,
Thai.
I'm not,
Taiwan.
Come on. Thais are not
I mean,
Mongolians.
you can fit a horse on a boat.
Let me see. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Are Thais Mongolians?
No way.
And
no way.
Hafav, I do like what you're saying. How many wild birds do you think you've seen twice? That's nice. Okay, I do.
My cats murder birds all the time, and I have to deal with them. So I see the same dead bird like 17 times, and then I'm like, do I bury you? Do I throw you in a
right?
Do I throw you in a garbage can?
What do you do?
When I have
Today at work,
I have the strength, I bury them.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
But I throw them away sometimes.
Yeah. Today at work, I thought of you because there was a person that in that beautiful little trail behind my work, there was a person that came into the building that had a big old soup pot with a fucking towel over it. I was like, well, this is weird.
I know what. Can I tell you what it is? Can I
Yeah.
tell you what it is?
Yeah.
It was sourdough bread.
Oh, no.
Oh, it wasn't sourdough?
No, it was an injured raven. It was an injured raven.
Wait. Did they still have it?
They took it to the vet or the wildlife or whatever. But I was thinking,
They made the right call.
I appreciated them for taking care of the raven, but I was thinking to myself, and I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to be a fuck, but I wanted to say, how do you know it's not a crow? Because I was just thinking, like, a raven? He's like, oh, you want to see it? And he, like, picked it, and I thought it was going to jump out at me and beak me to death. But I was like, I don't know the difference between a raven and a crow. They look pretty damn similar.
I kind of want to actually show you guys. I've got a cool video of me talking to a
honestly,
sourdough bread. Basically,
honestly, it did look like that raven.
Yeah.
Well, here, I mean, it didn't look. I don't know. Actually, here
it really can go. You have to hear them talk. Like literally, the best way is to hear them talk.
They look like best buds. Okay, beak length. I'm seeing beak length is a thing. I think it had beak length. I mean, it was honestly in the middle of. It may have been a grower, not a
croven. Could have been a croven.
Some sort of mutant crow. Yeah, he had it in a soup pot. And I didn't want to. And it's funny because I was on the phone with my coworker. And I meant this in a good way, but I like stepped into my office and I meant this in a good way, but I was like, sometimes you just think to yourself, this job, And I meant it in a positive way, but he could hear me and I hope he didn't think that I was like
this fucking job.
This people bringing in crows, calling them ravens, thinking they're saving the fucking forest.
I'm gonna openly admit I would have known I was doing the wrong thing and paid him $1,000 for that raven. So the next time somebody walks in with an injured raven, tell them you have a guy who will give them $1,000.
Yeah. Do you want to tell your crow story really quick in a brief synopsis?
Sure. I do want to read Habfaf's last statement though. Is it crazy how saying sentences backwards creates backwards sentences saying how crazy it is? And then if you say that sentence backwards, cool. Is it crazy how saying sentences backwards
I want to know, is that
backwards sentences?
How about if you're brilliant, I love you, but if that's like a fucking
meme. It is a meme, bro. Of course it's a meme.
Yeah, come on. Shower Thoughts Reddit's from 9 years ago. How about you're better than that?
No, that's fine. He's keeping it's 9 years ago.
I guess. I mean, listen, it's literally on dad jokes. I don't know. I do appreciate you because that is interesting and I haven't thought about it, but
okay, here's what I'll ask.
That makes me believe in dead internet theory.
Do you say that on every podcast? Like, do you comment that on every podcast that you go to?
Right.
Okay, here's what I'll ask. How many times have you posted that? How many times have you commented
if that was a one and done from your deep inner cerebellum, then you're good.
And what I'll even say,
but if you pull that out at like parties and shit, I've got a problem with you.
But I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9-time max. There's been 9 years. Okay, there's been 9 years. I'll give him once a year.
Once per year.
And if you're under 18, I'll say it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you're over 18, if you're over twice a year,
sometimes I recycle the same concept for jokes. In a social situation, like, if I'll drink a lot of water or something, or I'll have like another coffee or something, I'll be like, I'm not driving, all good. And I do hate myself a little bit when I recycle the same comedic construct throughout the years. Like, it's like, is this part of me and beautiful, or is this just me regurgitating something to say something?
You're literally just a regurgitation machine, though, man. Why would you hate yourself for regurgitating? Because
it's a mechanism to get validation through pressing an easy, simple button, and something about that is disgusting.
So traumatized as a kid.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. There's just.
No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. You actually did, but like, but yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
No, I do. It's a fair sentiment to have.
Not everything is going to be unique and beautiful and perfect.
The thing is, though,
it.
If you feel that way, you're gonna hate like 99.9% of humans because most of us are just regurgitation machines.
Even
so
myself. What's up? Even myself.
Yeah, it's like you're not wrong. Like the most valid form of creativity is like spontaneous and is from the cuff, but like there's a limited amount of words in the human language, and there's like it's just like you also could just like feel good and like do that and it's fine. And so it's like okay, if you live by that quote and it shapes how you make art, okay, but if you think by that every minute of every day, fuck that shit. You know,
like I'm waiting for my opportunity to insert it.
If when you see that, and I know you do, so I guess I'm casting aspersions here because I know that you do. Like, if you see that regurgitation happen and you hate it whenever it happens, like, that doesn't seem like the right move to me. But like, having it as a guiding light for your art, like, that I think is a good thing.
As one of my staples.
But having it affect your day-to-day life feels like useless to me. You know, it feels like a painful, like, just like self-wounding. It's like self-harm to like hold that as like a strong daily value. You know, it's like, but it's not. I totally agree with the sentiment. I do, and I don't think you're wrong. I just think it's like a bad one to have if you're gonna try and be happy.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't always act in accordance with what our highest and best intentions for ourselves are. You know, sometimes people can be addicted to self-hate or addicted to stress even.
Absolutely. Cortisol.
It's good shit.
Havfaf says, what makes you think I'm not the same person who's posted that over the years?
You may have me. You should
go. Can you check who posted it?
Yeah, let's see.
If it's Havfaf, I'm going to actually shit myself right now.
Well, let's see. Okay, so we've got have one. Oh my God, have one. Have Fav, okay.
Have 5? Is this the 5th iteration?
Deleted, so that could have been him.
Casual conversation.
Mad Daz Hatter.
He posts it right now. We see 1 second ago.
That's kind of, okay.
Has Faf.
Koja1234. Yeah, I don't know.
Can I be a guest on your podcast? I still have your phone number from when I called you that one time. Yeah, of course, Simcolo.
You're always welcome.
Yeah, you're literally.
You're one of the OGs, and we would never do anything to ruin our
we'd never say
our
no.
Beautiful love.
But we may have a couple, like one minor requirement. You know, I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, we reserve the right to make a heinous requirement to any guest.
Yeah,
so
one heinous.
I do like your thing about what's the worst thing you've ever done, and then what's the real worst thing you've ever done. I do like that. I just wish that we could get it to work. I don't know. I do like it though.
I mean, how bad is it to give people Molly on a podcast? Can we just like do it and not say it? Because like if we give someone Molly,
that's illegal to dose someone. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, they'll know it, but we won't like and maybe advertise it. But like if you give someone Molly and an hour and a half later ask them what's the worst thing they've ever done, they will fucking tell you.
We're trying to figure out
smile on their face.
We're trying to figure out having guests on the show and asking them what's the worst thing you've ever done to open.
Dude,
and
it
then
would be
asking them
so
what's really
fun
the worst thing you've ever
to
done.
just have a guest appearance once every 2 months and just everyone takes Molly.
The only way that would be possible is if these people were anonymous. And there is that would be the only way to do that.
They're anonymous.
They're anonymous.
They can tell us the worst thing they've ever done because it's anonymous.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's what it is right there.
I would like to get
God,
maybe
what if somebody calls and tells us some really fucked up shit?
Maybe we could do the profession thing, and then it could be like, okay, we've got a optician, and he's anonymous, and we're gonna ask him questions, and then it's like, what's the worst thing you've ever done? And then he's like, oh, one time I knowingly gave the wrong prescription because the guy was a dick, and then the next thing was like, I blinded somebody. Like 40 minutes later, maybe we could get that if they were anonymous and we like signed a literal like NDA with them. Like we're not gonna.
I mean, if it's anonymous, it's anonymous. Like they can just we can just literally be like, star 86, baby.
So yeah,
what about court mandated reporters? Like, can they like backtrack a number that way? Like if somebody sees it and they're like, that sound like.
I don't know, but so maybe that is like we get the occupations, and then we interview them. With the nitty gritty, but they have to say the worst thing they've ever done, I guess. But we have to ask them some qualifying questions. That way we know that they're not, yanking our chain. Like Zimcolo, we don't know you. Like your name could not even be Jeff. Like what's the worst thing you ever did? Just and say your profession. What's the worst thing you ever did at work? Is it worst thing you ever did?
A list of worst things.
Worst thing you ever did at work, or is it worst thing?
I mean, if it's occupational, if it's an occupational person, then kind of worst thing you've ever done at work.
I think that's nice to keep it in a box.
God, what's the worst thing I've ever done? I've done a lot of bad things at work.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, done a lot of bad things at work.
Yeah, luckily we're anonymous.
Neither of us. Luckily we're anonymous, and neither of us have done any bad things at work in like 10 years.
Okay. So, exactly.
10 whole years.
Monty, what's this? Just like the Monty half problem. Let's see here. The Monty half problem is a brain teaser in the form of a probability.
Monty Hall.
Oh, what the fuck?
How?
I don't even know.
Every single one is 2 L's.
I'm fucking half-witted. The Monty Hall problem is a brain teaser in the form of probability puzzle based nominally on the American television game show Let's Make a Deal and named after its original host, Monty Hall. The problem was originally posed and solved in a letter by Steve Selvin to the American statistician. Is that right? Yeah, statistician. In 1975, it became a famous yada yada yada. Okay, I know this. Yeah, this shit is fucking crazy. Suppose you're on a game show and you're given the choice of 3 doors. Behind one door is a car. Behind the others, goats. You pick door, say number 1. And the host, who knows what's behind the doors, opens another door, say door number 3, which has a goat, and then says to you, do you want to pick door number 2? Is it in your advantage to switch your choice? The savant's response was that the contestant should switch to the other door. By the standard assumptions, the switching strategy has a 2/3, 2/3 probability of winning the car, while the strategy of keeping the initial choice only has a 1/3 probability. That's actually not that deep now that I'm thinking about it. Because if he would have picked your door, you're ruling out your door then, right?
But you don't rule it out because he didn't open it.
Right, but he is opening another one, and not yours. Yeah, maybe. I'm confusing. I'm hurting myself in confusion. Like
when the player first makes their choice, there was a 2/3 chance that the car is behind one of the doors not chosen. This probability does not change. I see. This probability does not change after the host reveals a goat behind one of the unchosen doors. When the host provides the information about the 2 unchosen doors, revealing that one of them does not have the car behind it, the 2/3 chance of the car being behind one of those unchosen doors rests on the unchosen and unrevealed door, as opposed to the 1/3 chance of the car being behind the door the contestant chose initially. I mean, so like essentially it goes to 1/2. It would be 1/2, but it's still 1/2 and. Technically
many readers of the column refused to believe switching is beneficial and rejected the explanation after the problem appeared in Parade. Approximately 10,000 readers, including nearly 1,000 with PhDs, wrote to the magazine, most of them calling Savant wrong. Even when given explanations...
Wait, Savant is his name?
Yeah, I know it. That does...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Even when given explanations, simulations, and formal mathematical proofs, many people still did not accept that switching is the best strategy. One of the most prolific mathematicians in history remained unconvinced until he was shown a computer simulation demonstrating Savant's
I don't see how it works.
I don't
see how it works.
Okay, so the given probabilities depend on specific assumptions about how the host and contestant choose their doors. Okay, so there's that. It's saying they're basing this on assumptions. An important insight is that with these conditions, there is more information about doors 2 and 3 than was available at the beginning of the game when door 1 was chosen by the player. Those action adds value to the door not eliminated, but not to the one chosen by the contestant originally. That's kind of what I was saying. Like,
how does it add value? How does it add information to the door not chosen, but it does add information to the door chosen? Because the door chosen could still be a goat or a car, and the door not chosen could still be a goat or a car. How is there any information added?
Because, let me see here. Another insight is that switching doors is a different action from choosing between the 2 remaining doors at random, as the former action uses the previous information and the latter does not. Other possible behaviors of the host than the one described can reveal different additional information or none at all and yield different probabilities.
I mean, the only thing that I can think is that like the selection of the second door leaves you with a 1/2 chance of being correct, but you're left with a 1/2 chance continuing with your chosen door. So how, I don't get it.
Somehow
somebody's got to dumb this down enough.
Yeah, somehow here. Let's fucking ChatGPT.
Simple
baby.
Explanation of Monty Hall problem.
All right, let's get in here.
Fucking esoteric bullshit. This is that weird art you don't like. Okay.
Yeah. What do we got in the?
Now you're the devil's advocate. Derek, think about if there are 100 doors. It's easier to cover. Well, see, and Derek is actually a fucking...
Yeah, Derek. We don't need ChatGPT if we got Derek.
Okay, so Derek, think about it.
There's
if there are 100
very
doors.
easy way to visualize this, which I can divulge. I mean, divulge it, Half-Off.
He just sends a picture of his sweaty bit.
Yeah, sweaty ball sack.
Oh, Derek beat him to the punch. 100 doors. So you've got 100 doors, and there's still only one car. Only one car, or now there's 33 cars and 33.3 cars and 66.6 goats. Where'd the other third of the goat go? He knows where it is.
Right.
And opens 98.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying too, because he's taking your door out of the equation and he's opening one that's not it. So that was what I said at the very beginning.
At that point, though,
because he's not going to open yours, which is.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
I was saying this at the beginning, and then I hurt myself in confusion. Simplest answer. Come on.
So this is a psychological. This is not statistics. It's psychological statistics. If the door was the car, he would have opened the door, and that's why. I mean, I guess that's okay. Sure, that I can see that, but that's. I guess I feel like not.
It's only confusing because it's 3 doors and not 100, but the same logic applies.
Wait, they say the same thing. Okay, so it's only confusing because 3 does not have the same logic. Now your new choice is a half, but your choice is still, but your original choice is now half. Like, if there's only 2 doors left, your original choice is still half. It's not 1 out of 100 anymore. So I mean, how?
Because it also supposes that yours isn't as well, because it's revealing one that isn't. So you're taking it out of the equation that yours isn't. Oh, fuck it. Yeah. I can't articulate it, but I do.
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah.
Half-Half wants to play a game. Let's play a probability game.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Okay. I'm making this gesture with this hand, and I'm making the same gesture with this hand. Which hand is actually jerking someone off? Okay.
Fun
we
fact,
need
we're
another
both
hand.
being mentally scarred.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, Derek Half-Half, you're way fucking smarter than us. You can do the backwards palindrome thing if you want. I'm sorry.
If it's psychology,
I take it all back.
If it's psychology, I get it, but if it's actually probability, I still don't understand, because like you've narrowed down to the same odds for either door by the process of elimination. Pick a number between 1 and 1,000 as the door of the prize. Let's play the game.
Okay, let's play it.
Let's play the game. Okay.
All right. 1 in 1,000
Yeah, I'll pick
as the door of the prize.
I'll pick. You're gonna actually pick a door, right?
I'm going to guess door number 81.
Wait, you're playing your own game?
I choose initially. Oh yeah, you're playing. You're a game. No, we want to play the game. Yeah, tell us.
This is our show. We get to play the game.
All right, we're picking between 1 and 1,000.
I'm gonna pick the number. I'm gonna pick the hundreds number, 700.
Okay, and 706.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 706.
Okay.
You are playing as the host.
Oh, we're the hosts.
We're the hosts.
I don't
What?
mind being the host.
All right.
Okay, so then let us be the goddamn host.
I mean, yeah. If you want to take over the reins here, then
welcome to Guess the Fucking Looney Door with Squibbly Dwarf and there's 1,000 doors.
So which one's got the shiny red balloon in it, baby?
No, it's a fisting. It's a
double-sized fuck machine.
It's a double-sized silicone replica of Genghis Khan's fist.
Yeah, that you're meant to only fuck. You can't do anything else.
You can't do anything else.
I hope half of is typing, because I've got half of mine to not talk about this anymore.
Hey yo.
Okay, first guess is number 1.
81.
Then you have to open 998 doors and ask me to switch or not.
Okay, so he guesses 81.
Okay. It's not.
Well, so we open. Here we go. This is going to take a little while. Opening door number 1. It's not a car. Opening door number 2. Okay, and then fast forward through 998 doors. So now there's 2 doors left. One of them is 81, and one of them is, let's say it's 87, because I want a little bit of fucking power and control in this. Okay. So 81 and 87 are left closed. Why do you switch?
Because the host knows.
He's going to switch. Folks, he's going to do it. Half Faff is switching doors. Because
the host is taking one out of the equation, which somehow gives you a greater odds of not being correct because you now have more certainty of conceptually of what is likelier.
Okay.
Because he's not picking yours.
Since I'm the host,
he's not picking the other one.
Since I'm the host, the car is in 81. You picked the wrong one, Half Faff. Sorry. I put the car in 81. You picked the right one the first time.
Congratulations. You just won a fucking Miata.
You chose a number between 1 and 1,000, which has the prize. I chose a random number before. Oh, I see. Wait.
You can only open doors that don't have the prize.
I see.
Yeah, the host knows what.
I get it now.
Doesn't have the prize, yeah.
Okay. Yep. I see. Okay. I get it.
Yeah, we hurt ourselves in confusion.
The odds that you picked the right door the first time affect, the problem. Okay.
No, articulate it.
Well, so the odds, it's no.
I understand. I'm still having a hard time articulating.
So it is easier when you do 1,000 doors. So the odds that you pick,
I think it's harder with 1,000 doors. By the way, literally, I'm like that's more confusing to me than the 3 doors.
So the same logic does apply with the 3 doors. Well, but it really feels like it doesn't actually because
I feel like the 1,000 doors is way harder.
So the 1,000 doors, you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of picking correctly. So they eliminate down to 2 doors. The odds that the first door you picked are correct are 1 in 1,000. The odds that the second door is correct is 1 in 2.
But they're not saying that the second door is gonna be guaranteed the prize in the 1,000. In the 3, it is because it's the only door left. But in the 1 in 1,000, it could be door
part of it is
the
part of it is that the door is still guaranteed.
Okay, so that
is a functionally important part of the 1,000 that isn't really discussed in great detail.
Yeah, you go from like a 33% chance to like a 60% chance that if you switch, that's the right door. Like that's how it would. Am I right there?
No, you're not right there.
Fuck.
Yeah, no. It's a 50% chance. It was a 33% chance when you picked the first door. Now it's a 50% chance when you pick either door.
No, but wouldn't it like? It would be more like a 60% chance that if you switch to that other one, because they say that in simulations that it's always the door that you switch more often. So it would make sense that it would be a greater percentage chance. So somehow like your 2 doors, the one that you pick and then the one that gets revealed, they like nullify each other out, and somehow the second door has a greater probability because of what you know and what the host knows.
I think maybe it's 33% for the first door and 50% for the second door, but that doesn't make full odds.
It wouldn't be 50%, or else it would always be a random thing like a coin flip, but it's not.
Well, so but it still could be better odds. I'd love to see statistically what the level.
Oh, Derek, we reviewed this problem in a math class in college, and it took me forever to wrap my head around. The same logic applies with 3 doors. What about 3 Doors Down? Because that's a kick-ass band. Kryptonite? Come on, baby.
Kryptonite.
No, you might have picked it right the first time. True. I shall give you a video of someone that explains it better. Fear not, the banana shall explain. Okay, yeah, show me this banana.
Let's get the banana out here.
Yeah, why didn't you lead with the banana explaining this conundrum?
I've had a fruit fry problem for about 2 weeks now, and it's been really confusing to me. And then I realized that I have an apple tree out in the front yard that had about 16,000 rotting apples underneath it. And that's where the fruit flies came from.
If you think it's 50-50,
you're when the statistics teacher
Jesus
explains the Monty Hall problem the first time.
Yeah,
and then
it does
half
it.
of the class, the low-rated player. Okay, just a dad thinks it's.
All right,
I don't know if this is
unlistenable.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can bear to listen to that.
Yeah, sorry guys. This banana, Derek and Monty,
you're all wrong.
Are all smarter than us.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You're enjoying it. Well, listen,
I'm thoroughly enjoying
I'm
it. You're
enjoying
enjoying
it
it.
too. Yeah. No, this is an age-old question here, and I remember hearing about this when I was young, and my mind being blown. But my uncle, who's a very smart man, also relayed that you should switch. And I didn't get it then, and I get it marginally more now. And in 10 years, I'm gonna be fucking crystal clear on this shit.
So okay. At 1,000 doors.
By the time I own a
doors,
home, I'm gonna have this shit. I'm gonna have a manifesto of this painted in my great room.
So okay, here I think we can get to the bottom of this. At 1,000 doors.
1,000 doors makes this harder.
No, it makes it easier. At 1,000 doors.
Fuck no, it doesn't.
At 1,000 doors, you have. I just mean it's a good discussion. So that it has nothing to do with our presentation as hosts. It's just a good discussion.
Yeah,
Monty Hall gets all the credit here.
Yeah, it's Monty Hall or this
Monty
fucking
Hall or
banana.
nothing.
You'd rather spend 2 hours with this banana? That
I think
can be
a lot
arranged.
of people would.
That can be arranged.
I've been eating a lot of bad bananas lately.
Yeah.
You guys ever eat a brown banana and wonder if there's maggots in it?
Jesus, no. But I remember when we were younger and Riley we fucking would eat full bananas during our band performances.
It'd always make me sick
as
too.
an antic. Yeah.
It'd always make me sick.
Peel. We'd eat the peel too.
We'd eat the whole peel.
And that was.
I mean, I'd do it again.
I would. I would
Yeah,
definitely
I would do it again.
We got Chaotix Reel.
Oh, Chaotix
What's at
Reel.
the 1,000th door? I don't know. All your greatest fears ready to meet you and turn you into a pile of rubble.
I like what's at the 1,000th door?
Fucking fentanyl addict.
What's at the What's at the 1,000th door?
Is it the Genghis Khan fist?
It's the Genghis Khan fist. That was the prize, guys. The Genghis Khan, the double-sized silicone Genghis Khan fist. No, okay, at 1,000 doors, you got a 0.1% chance. The first door you choose.
Yeah, I'm over this door.
No.
This
is it. This is the final explanation.
Okay,
You're gonna get it after this, and I think I'm gonna get it too. 0.1% of being correct on the first door.
Okay.
Then they eliminate all the other doors. There's a 50% chance that the second door is correct.
Wait, but who's eliminating all the other doors? Is that right?
That's right. All the other doors are getting eliminated.
Yeah.
Other than one extra one.
Derek says he's gonna call in. Derek, if you want to call in, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Call me, Derek. Call me.
No. Call in.
Call Tyler.
What's at the 1,000th door? What's at the 1,000th door? Derek? No, you've got a 0.1% chance the first time, okay? And then you've got a 50% chance the second time. It's the knowledge of the show host is what...
That's what I was saying at the beginning.
You did say it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did say it at the beginning. And so it is what I said earlier, though, is accurate.
And you do have a 60%
it's
chance.
33. No, you don't have a 66% chance. It's 33% chance and then 50% chance. It's 0.1% chance and 50% chance. I love how it takes...
Yeah, that's what I said. 67. It goes from 33 to 67.
What?
That's literally what I said. You were telling me I was wrong. What's up, D-Wop?
What?
So Tyler was on the right track with that last explanation.
Okay, but I was on the right track about it being 66.
I mean, you guys have both been on the right track with it.
All right. I just needed validation because I'm feeling very stupid right now. I appreciate that.
So did I for like 2 hours while I was trying to figure this out. And I still might sound stupid because I actually smoked some weed tonight. And
Oh, shit. Boy getting fucking
Hey, welcome
loose.
back. Welcome back
Right.
to the green world, buddy.
All right. Lay it on us. Lay it on us.
All right. So you have a 1 in 1,000 chance that the first door you pick is correct. The host, who knows where the prize is, eliminates every single other door except for
Okay, you were saying that,
the
Tyler.
prize one. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that the one that he left that wasn't yours has the prize. Technically, there's still a 1 in 1,000 chance that you guessed it right on the first time. But now, if you're choosing between just 2 doors, and you know for a fact it's behind one of those 2, that's a 50-50 shot.
Sure. Which was
So if you
once
switch,
a 1 in
you
1,000.
have a 50% chance that you were correct this time.
Whereas before you had a 1 in 1,000.
See,
Yeah, your original
ChatGPT...
guess still only has a 1 in 1,000.
Sure.
ChatGPT is somehow
There's
saying
discrete-
that the
there's
other...
discrete events.
Half off. Are you following this? Is D-Wop making sense here? That's what I
I
want
don't
to
know
know.
if that helps.
Do you want? It's making sense to me.
It does. Half is saying that it is 66%, and so is ChatGPT. I feel like it's 50%.
No, because at 50%, it would always be the exact same.
It does
randomization
consume.
then.
It has to consume the other statistic. It has
Yeah.
to consume the other statistic.
Well, I said my piece.
Okay.
Yeah, no-
Hey, we love
I don't know
you.
about the 66 or the 50.
You're
my
a
grasp
saint.
is still somewhat tenuous, but I thought I
Sick
had
word.
to-
Your assistance has been greatly appreciated,
Yeah,
Robot
no.
Wizard.
You're a saint.
Alright.
You're a saint.
All right.
All right.
Bye, boys.
Much love.
Mwah.
Bye bye.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good
it's
shit.
not 50-50. There, you can't have a. You can't have a. You can't. You
The
can't have
banana
statistics
explains
that
it.
don't-
Then why don't you go fucking watch the banana? Okay, half of.
God damn it,
We're not the banana, and we never will be.
guys! This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
This is fucking.
This is absurd. This,
This
is
is-
two. We're at 2 hours and 15
good
minutes.
shit.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Me too. I want to know one other conundrum. The 2 envelopes problem.
Dude, should we do a conundrum every? Do you
And
want to
just-
start doing
and just show how fucking
retard? Yeah, no, I love it. Literally, I'd be down to do. Honestly, I'd be down to do like a podcast for an hour and 15, and then just go like
Try,
the
yeah.
night mode. You know, we just go night mode and do this.
God, I loved riddles as a kid.
Oh,
I
me
I would
too.
collect riddles like I was a
Until-
goddamn bard.
Until for you two, she'll get the potassium enlightenment.
I wish.
So I loved riddles until Adam Ogden's dad told me what he called a riddle, the albatross riddle.
Oh yeah, the albatross riddle is fucking stupid.
It's not a riddle.
It's really not.
It's not a riddle.
It's really not.
These flies are everywhere in my house.
Okay. Let's see here. A judge tells a prisoner that he will be hanged at noon on one day the following week, but the execution will be a surprise. The prisoner will not know the day of the hanging until the morning of the execution. Here's the conundrum. The prisoner thinks he can figure it out. 1. Elimination. He reasons that he can't be hanged on Friday because if he hasn't been hanged by Thursday night, it wouldn't be a surprise. Next day, that's interesting. Next days, using the same logic, he eliminates Thursday, then Wednesday, and so on. By this reasoning, he concludes that he cannot be hanged at all. That doesn't make sense. The twist, however, on a random day, let's just say Wednesday, he is hanged, and it is indeed a surprise. Why it's fun. This paradox challenges our understanding of knowledge, expectation, and surprise, showing how our reasoning can lead to unexpected conclusions. It is a great example of how... Okay, ChatGPT non-paid version is literally like talking to an autistic lemur. Like they have dumbed down ChatGPT so
It's 4.0 mini. You guys, you proles only get 4.0 mini, huh?
Yeah, I'm on the paid, and even the paid is just very, very low quality compared to what ChatGPT was in like the nascent months.
Really?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I like what he's talking about like how it can't be Friday because
ChatGPT. Oh no, the prisoner.
Yeah, the prisoner's making sense.
I like gendering ChatGPT. I like what he's doing. I've usually gendered ChatGPT as a she.
Really?
Yeah, I usually.
I always consider ChatGPT a fella.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say autistic lemur wasn't funny, okay, but it's the only thing I could think of. I mean,
Yeah,
I've never
hey.
spoken with a lemur. I wouldn't know what they sound like. Maybe they all sound autistic.
All you can do is regurgitate, man.
That's all I can.
Sometimes
No,
you can
I
regurgitate
don't-
less predictively. Sometimes you can regurgitate more predictively. Autistic
I mean-
lemur, I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, I get just goofy.
if I heard it, I would be
Autistic
like
lemur
that
on
person.
ketamine.
No.
You hate yourself.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Just add ketamine in the mix.
Yeah. One that's always funny is you can say something looks like somebody's gay niece. That's always a good one.
That's pretty funny.
Gay niece is a good one that you can
Yeah.
gravitate towards.
Like the gay niece of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that looks like Tom Hanks' gay niece. Hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Something about gay niece, but I feel like that's regurgitated from something.
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah.
I mean, you just regurgitate. Even if you had just made it, you regurgitated
Chat
it 3 times.
GPT sounds like Tom Hanks' gay niece. That's funnier than autistic.
That
lemur.
is a lot funnier.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
wish I would
see
have
if-
said
look,
gay
okay,
niece.
ask ChatGPT if there's any other good phrases like looks like someone's gay niece. Can we do that? Because I want to get all those phrases and just start using those instead
Yeah.
of trying to think of funny things. Because like, why bother? XXX
Yeah.
dangerous.
Oh, shit. Well, let's see here. Oh.
They don't like gay niece?
That outfit looks like it was put together by a colorblind raccoon. That's kind of funny, I guess.
5-year-old's art project.
That haircut is giving me strong I just lost a bet vibes. I mean, that's somebody's gay Gen Z niece. That's
These
saying
decorations look like they were inspired by a toddler's imagination.
I mean, that's just kind if it's the right person saying it.
There you go. That car looks like it got lost on its way to a demolition derby.
Huh.
These are dog shit.
ChatGPT would
4.0
not be able to
minis
have
crap.
quick quips. Yeah. Should we end this on a?
Yeah. Let's get to bed.
Let's get out of here. But should we end it on a riddle?
Let's end it on a riddle. Yeah. No, literally, I'm gonna end it on a riddle, you guys. And if anybody can answer this,
don't do
without
the albatross.
looking it up, I'm doing the fucking albatross. A guy walks in. A
Shit's
guy
so
walks
fucking
in.
Stupid.
Don't look this shit up.
This shit's
Don't
so
look this
fucking
shit up.
stupid.
Don't look
No,
this shit up.
because you need to ask questions.
Okay. Don't look it up. You need
It's
to ask
paradoxical.
questions.
What
Just
is
mull it over
paradoxical?
and be ready to ask some
The
questions.
gay
next.
niece thing is paradoxical.
Be ready.
I don't think so. It's pretty cut and dry.
It's pretty cut and dry.
I just got back.
You
What are
ready
we
to-
doing? Simcola, you missed so much.
You
There was
missed so
fucking
much.
bananas. First there were 3 doors, then there were 1,000.
Be ready
there
to
was
ask questions
Genghis
next
Khan
time,
automatic
okay?
fisting fuck machine.
So half bath, chaotic's real. You know, just be ready to dive into this next time. But you mull it over this week. Okay?
This is stupid and don't pay any attention
A
to
man
it.
walks in to a restaurant. He orders an albatross. He takes one bite. Walks outside. Puts a .45 caliber handgun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. Why? So that's a riddle, and I don't think it's actually a fucking riddle,
Fucking
guys.
stupid. I like
That's
the
a
end
riddle.
is never the end is never the end is never the end. How about you know what? You're fucking
You're full of these.
You're climbing up
got a lot
my
of
goddamn
gumption.
respect ladder tonight. Okay?
You got a lot of gumption. out
I'm
there.
sorry I doubted you that you posted every single Reddit post about the backwards, forwards, palindrome sentence. You're a fucking mensch and a scholar.
Never is end thee, never is end thee, never is end thee.
The end is never the end. The is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Oh, I see. I see.
I wanted to
Okay.
go backwards.
Folks, we love you. This week, what do you want to send them off to, TT? I would say this week, do a good deed that you typically wouldn't do. Like sometimes if you would like, say you like are a person that picks up litter, do something else other than picking up litter. Like give somebody a fucking ride if it's possible.
Ooh.
Like don't necessarily do that, but like go, like don't just do your routine. Oh, I'm a good person. I have this value. I
If
do
you
this
give
shit.
people rides normally, don't give them a ride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
do something that you normally
Hit
don't
'em.
do. That's hit them.
Hit 'em.
And put
Hit
them
'em.
out of their fucking misery.
Put them out of their fucking misery. I like that. I like
you know
that.
what I mean?
Either one of these two things. Either make a stuffed bell pepper, like a good recipe.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Make some good stuffed bell peppers.
Some cola, very nice.
Or hurt a raven and mail it to me. Those are for me. You've got to pick your own adventure.
You're about
here.
to get a bevy of fucking ravens.
I'm so excited.
And people are not going to get any peppers.
I will be out. You will come. This will be shut down.
Yeah.
We're like planning on the move. I will be a lunatic in the woods out at the property
Yeah.
with.
I'm
like
imagining
7
you
ravens.
with a fucking just riddled bites all over your neck.
Oh yeah.
You're like I was up all night.
Up all night with the ravies. Yeah, I used to rave, but now I really raving.
Come on.
Now I'm really raving.
We love you
okay?
guys. Keep doing your thing. Keep fucking.
It was fun hanging out tonight. Thanks
Keep
for
thinking about that door thing if you haven't gotten it, because I'll be thinking
God
about it all
damn.
night.
Yeah,
And maybe
messing me
watch
up.
the movie Killing of a Sacred Deer. And
Please, literally do watch the
tell us if you Team Tyler or Team Jeff. Is it fucking trash or is it avant-garde and beautiful?
You tell us.
You decide.
You decide. We love you guys.
We love you.
Night night. Sleep well. Hey, see you Friday.